you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to. Plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
It's one of Kansas City's most fun nights of the year. It's Guns and Hoses, where area firefighters box area police in 13 exciting bouts for the families who are fallen first responders. This year's Guns and Hoses, Saturday night, June 7th, at historic Municipal Auditorium in downtown Kansas City. Tickets are just $25. Get them while they last through Ticketmaster or at Municipal Auditorium box office. Guns and Hoses, Saturday,
Wake
June
up
7th.
with Fesco and Dusty. Weekdays starting at 6 on 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
And a happy Jack Kagleon Day to all of you in Kansas City on this wonderful Tuesday. Now I know what that feeling feels like, fellas, on a Tuesday, because I am there. I am ready.
Oh, it's too early on a Tuesday for that, unless you're waking up in the morning to a nice treat, man. Hey, if you're having your Tuesday shenanigans before 6 a.m., God love you, man. You're off to a great start for the day. Hell yeah.
Good threesome.
That sound about to come to you live next Tuesday against the Yankees.
1 week from today, he's at home, but more importantly, he's playing tonight and you're going. And I'm excited for you to get the head on I-70 and catch up with Cody and his friend. And you guys can watch Jack Kagleon in St. Louis. You were talking about crowd size out at Kauffman Stadium when we were talking about, I don't know how that topic came up in conversation during the pre-show or whatever we were discussing. Oh, because Jack Kagleon's coming in next Tuesday. You're like, school's out, people are starting to go away. And I was telling you, my friend Joe sent me a screenshot of one of the ticket websites yesterday. He says like $79 is probably the cheapest ticket right now to get in for next Tuesday night at Kauffman Stadium. He said it was one of the cheaper ways to get in to the stadium. That was for like a right field, kind of on the side of the outfield, past the foul pole type for next week.
Next season, yeah.
I don't think that's what I was gonna say. I don't think people in St. Louis necessarily care. This may be the first time though there's more Kansas City people in the crowd than there are St. Louis people in the crowd because, as we know, people aren't going to games over there because they're fair weather fans, and when their team isn't in first place, they decide they're not going to go to the games.
I think there's other reasons.
But they're winning though.
They are.
That's the thing. They're winning right now. I was just reading a little bit of an article on them before we started the show about how good their May was, and they're like, hey, we're ready for they got a grind, I guess, coming up in June, obviously with the Royals and whatnot to start the 3 games there. So they've got a big grinder of a schedule coming up. But fans, thought they were going to be bad. They're a better baseball team than anybody thought. But I think this may be the first time that we have a possibility of having more blue inside Busch Stadium than there is going to be red there, because we have something that's important that's happening tonight, and the Cardinals just have a random Tuesday game in the beginning of June, where they weren't playing for much at the beginning of the year. People made their plans. There's probably not a lot of people that had these games circled in St. Louis to go, and then Jack Kagleon gets the call up, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of blue in that crowd going over there or already living there or whatever the case may be. I think we're going to see a lot of Royals fans in St. Louis for the next couple of days, and I think that's a really good thing. Give them a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, you mentioned there wouldn't be a lot of people in St. Louis there for the Cags thing, but I will tell you this, because of where the baseball card industry is, there will be a lot of kids out there waiting for an autograph with Bowman Chrome 1s and base cards and all this, and wanting Jack Kagleon's autograph, because his autograph on a card, maybe for a St. Louis kid, he could flip that card and make money to get more of what he's looking for, because the Cardinals have a big guy in their system. JJ something, I can't remember his last name.
Dynamite.
Yeah, right. No, but he's a guy they're seeking. But but that's the thing, is that the industry that is baseball is bigger than the game itself outside of the actual game, which is where Jack Kagleon has thrived. Yesterday, just being in breaks on the card world thing, there were guys trying to promote, bidding higher on cards because they're like, hey, the Royals are still here because you can do an auction, right? And they spin a wheel and you have a chance of getting the Royals. And if you might get Milwaukee, you might get Cincinnati, but you might get the Royals. And as it gets lower and lower and the odds get better and better, the prices go up. And the guy was like, hey, Kagleon makes his debut tomorrow. And you could see that thing go from, it starts at $1 and it just shoots to like 50, 70, 85, 90.
Is this like those old penny auctions back in the day where people were getting like iPads for 50 cents? And like, look, I got an iPad for 50 cents.
No, you didn't.
No, you did not. Yeah.
No. Yeah, it just kind of depends on when you get into a room or how many people are out there. Because you can also just like, auction bid on teams
virtual
themselves.
Room, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. So there's no fisticuffs with like old comic book card guys or anything like that? No,
just a live chat, and then a guy rips the cards on a live camera on his phone, and then like he'll, cover if they're worth it, then you get your cards in the mail if it's something successful. I did land a Jack Kagleon
they don't
yesterday.
send them to you though. Somebody else opens them and then they send them to you after they open them.
Yeah.
I like the thrill of opening the cards, man. That was always the fun part, and going real slow
and you
see
can
who
do
you're gonna get.
But there's Richards that go and hoard them all, so you can't buy them on the shelf. So you either buy them on Amazon, which you can do.
I see. I thought maybe you spin, then they mailed it to you, and you got to open it yourself and see what happens at the end of the day. But no, baseball cards help the game. I mean, that's how I truly got into baseball when I was a kid. It was baseball cards. I mean, you knew every nondescript loser that played the game back in the day. Right. I mean, I got this box right here of all these cards. I guarantee you pull a bunch of them, I can tell you from the 80s who these guys were. I'd love to have this happen in baseball today where every kid knows every rando baseball player, right? Not just the big name guys, but like the Michael Masseys of the world or the MJ Melendezes of the world or the guys that don't make a big impact, but you knew who they were when I was a kid. You knew who all these, backups were because of the baseball card industry. So if it has that kind of effect on people like it did when we were growing up, then baseball's in a really good spot with the card game. The problem is it's $75 a pack and the kids can't really get into it, right? Pack of cigarettes or a pack of baseball cards, which costs more these days. So it's crazy, but it's going to be fun to see, Jack Kagleon out there. I'm interested to see the crowd that is surrounding like the area to get his autograph before the game, because I don't know if you heard what the Red Sox did yesterday or the day before. They've got a top prospect now. I can't remember the guy's name. He's up at the big league level. He's one of the top prospects in baseball. It's going to drive me nuts. So there are so many people waiting for this guy. They buried him in the clothes barrel and wheeled him out to the bus.
Like Taylor Swift?
Like Taylor Swift, yeah. Like Taylor Swift and the popcorn machine, or those old NFL commercials where that creepy guy was like sleeping in the laundry basket.
Roman Anthony?
That's who it was. Yeah, Roman Anthony.
They have him and Marcelo. Those are also two very sought-after cards.
Yeah, so Roman Anthony, they wheel out in a laundry basket yesterday because so many people were standing there trying to get the dude's autograph. I understand that if you're Taylor Swift, nobody really knows who Roman Anthony is. You're a baseball player. You ought to be out there kissing babies and taking names and doing what you can to grow the game in that situation. That's a BS move by the Red Sox to hide that guy, especially for a 500 team since 2018 that really doesn't resonate much on the radar screen for a lot of people these days. You got a superstar. Put that guy out there. Let him sign the autographs. And so I bet Jack tonight, he's out there signing every autograph, being the great human being that he is and growing the game. And Jack Kagleon, I mean, if he starts off fast, Dusty, we talked about it yesterday with the All-Star game and all that, this is the perfect face for Major League Baseball. This is the guy you've got to embrace and wrap your arms around and love this guy up, because he is going to be a guy who brings people to the party. I just watched a guy fall out of the batter's box.
Oh, yeah. That's Pete.
Was that Alonzo who fell out the box? Jack, don't do that tonight.
No, it's
Jack Facts. Jack Facts.
It is fun. So, yeah, you mentioned I'll be going there after the show, heading to St. Louis, going east I-70. Get there a little early, try to go out in right field and see how the batting practice goes.
You think that Hampel guy is going to be there? Have we heard reports of this loser showing up?
If he is, I won't be doing the show tomorrow.
No, probably not. You'd be in the St. Louis jail. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not going to Emos? Yeah. It's St. Louis jail. Emos, Provel, and watching Cardinal baseball.
But no, so I'll get that. I'll make my way over to see where he does. Normally it'll probably be by the dugout, which is where he'll probably sign autographs, see what the crowd looks like there, get some shots of that.
How do they do it with the nets now? Like, do they open the sides like they did for the bananas, where they let the guys kind of run up? Or
that's
an
interesting question, because I'm not really sure, because you can't get like cards or even baseballs through those little squares.
Yeah,
you can't
get through, so you got to throw it over, and then
I don't know what to see where they do that at, because I'm not really sure. I'm not really an autograph seeker these days. But
you're an adult.
let the kids
you let the kids get the autograph. Like if you rip one out of a pack, fine, I get all that.
Yeah.
But if you're lining up and elbowing children out of the way to get an autograph of another adult, you're a loser. And there's just no other way to put it. You're a total turd.
Well, and athletes are smart. They know.
They know now better than they've ever known before.
Yeah, like once you're over the age of like 25, because when Gold and I were in Omaha, there was this guy, we were standing on the stairs watching Jack come back, and this guy was just kind of like, hey, Jack, autograph, 6-year-old son, Jack. No
Where's the 6-year-old son?
Where's the guy?
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah,
Guy's
like,
in a tanker, 15 teeth missing, just smelling like Busch Light.
Yeah, I bet you had a 6-year-old son.
You think Jack's that dumb? Come on now.
Yeah.
But no, it is exciting. It'll be a fun time. Cody and Gold are doing their show from St. Louis
And what kind
today.
of douche dad leaves his 6-year-old son at home to go watch Jack Kagleon in Omaha to play baseball?
And then
like
you get the autograph.
Yeah, like if you got a 6-year-old son and you're going to the game and you're like, maybe it was planned, you had a boys' night out. I get that kind of happens, but things happen. But like if you just rolled to the game in your tank, it's smelling like Busch Light, as Dusty said, and you claim you got a 6-year-old son, why isn't that son at the game with you, man?
Yeah, he wasn't, because he doesn't have it. That's why. Yeah, that son doesn't exist.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Guy's a turd. He's a loser. He's trying to get the autograph so he can pay rent.
But no, it'll be exciting. I'm excited to see when the lineup comes out where he's going to hit. My guess is that he's going to hit 6th. That's my guess. I think he's going to hit 6th, play right field.
I think that's what Vern said. Vern said 5th or 6th
yesterday.
yesterday. Yeah, fifth.
Dusty, you wanted him 4th. I don't hate I like the 4th one, quite honestly, the best because of who you're sandwiched in between. I think it makes a lot of sense. We'll see what happens, Right. The order thing sometimes gets so overblown, and I know these guys are just get up there and swing the damn bat, put the ball in play. Let's go.
No doubt. So it'll be interesting to see where they put him in the lineup. Like I said, I think it'd be great to go Vinny, Jack, and then Sal, but then a lot of people shot it down. Lefty doesn't make sense. Like Bob was just kind of, telling everybody there. But like, I wouldn't mind seeing Garcia hit 4th, Cags hit 5th, Salvi hit 6th, Vinny hit
Who's
3rd.
leading off if you got Garcia 4th?
India still. Yeah,
Okay.
he's just your guy until like the end of June. If he's still not doing it, then you start, give India the short leash on the active roster. But it'll be interesting because everybody's, is excited. MLB Network's on it, ESPN's on it. Talking to a guy last night about it, he said left-handed Pete Alonso. So power hitting left-handed. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the lineup looks like tonight with him in it as well because Bobby's in there obviously still. We'll see if he can get out of a funk that he's in. Vinny, 350 in the month of May. He's still hot. Salvador Perez coming off a 3-hit game.
Yeah.
So you got that there. Michael Garcia's still just been the guy all year.
How long do we give this before if the Royals don't score 5 runs, everybody loses their mind still, right? I mean, like, I can't wait, regardless of what happens tonight, I can't wait to see the text line tomorrow morning. I think tomorrow morning has a great chance to be one of the best text lines that we've ever read after a Royals game. Because if he goes 5 for 5, he's the next Joe DiMaggio, right? Or whoever you want to be. He goes 0 for 5, another bust.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? I mean, it's going to be that, right? Even if he goes 0 for 3 or something like that, right? Guy's a bust. Because the expectation is for every guy that sits down tonight to watch this game, you're expecting and wanting this guy to do big things, right? I mean, it was like that. I go back to the Hosmer, day, and the first game that he had at Yankee Stadium. I went in going, man, let's get a couple of home runs, and you're really excited. Like all of our expectations are going to be out of whack tonight watching this kid play baseball. Let's just watch him play and enjoy it. That we got potentially the next true face of the game playing tonight for us for the first time for hopefully a long time, and then we get the house that Jack built at 119th and all. Let's go.
I went to AA, home run, AAA. Home run
tonight
in Busch Stadium.
Who's pitching tonight for the Cardinals? Is it Wainwright?
No, we talked about it yesterday.
I know, but I can't remember.
Palante. Remember you said Picante?
Picante. You said Picante. Palante is the guy's name.
Yeah,
Andre Palante.
What do we know about Andre?
From what I was
besides
told,
being a cheap champagne.
From what I was told, he's pretty decent.
Okay.
I think he's got
pretty decent.
He's got like a 3.4 ERA. Is that right?
How's she look, Dusty? Pretty decent.
Yeah, pretty.
You going back for more after somebody gives you pretty decent?
Because then tomorrow's Miles Mikolas. I know that.
Oh yeah.
And he's actually had a pretty good season this year. So.
Yeah.
4.2 ERA for this year.
4.2 ERA.
Yep.
That's
Hanging
pretty
around.
decent. And
decent. Yeah.
Hey, it's a Cy Young candidate.
Right. No doubt. Coming up on the other side, we'll get to the audio that made us all kind of have some allergies yesterday and what it means to all of us, and maybe some moments you've had in your life as well that are similar to the Jack Kagleon call-up. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Jonathan India here, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. How you doing? Remember that first time you failed to perform in the bedroom? You probably just laughed it off, no big deal, but then it happened again and again and again and then again. Now you know it's a problem. Erectile dysfunction is the intimacy destroyer. Research shows that men can draw apart from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The condition can cause stress, anxiety, and even depression. Even worse, a man's partner can start to blame themselves when the ED becomes a problem. How many guys out there have mediocre sex life? It's just good enough, or it could be really good. Maybe the pills are just working okay, but they could be better. There are a few things more wonderful in life than intimacy. But when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have a devastating effect on a relationship. Heartland Men's Health has treatments with success rates well over 99%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. So schedule a visit with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99, and it includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work, your in-office visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, I'm talking to you guys, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations, as always, to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas, Independence, Missouri, and their new office in North Kansas City. So go visit my people at Heartland Men's Health today.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. And if Dad's miles away this Father's Day, Booth Creek Wagyu delivers rich, tender steak straight to his door with free shipping through June 8th on orders of $99 or more. Because nothing says I love you like world-class Wagyu beef. Now with 2 locations open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com, changing the way America eats beef.
Did storms hit your area? Looking for answers on the impact it made to your roof? Then it's time to schedule a zero-pressure, in-depth inspection with Century Roofing's trusted roofing experts. We will determine if enough damage exists to warrant filing a claim. See for yourself why Century Roofing has been voted Best of Johnson County for the 3rd year in a row. Trust the pillars of strength for 35 years. KC-based and female-owned. CenturyRoofingKC.com.
Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Testing.
We're live from Chick-fil-A.
This is Grant.
And this is Laura.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that sweet bun.
And that chicken filet was perfectly crispy and soft at the same time.
And that Smokehouse Barbecue sauce, it's a lot of fun. And the brown sugar bacon definitely had a little bit more pizzazz. Also, the mac, one of the all-time greats. Man, I'm getting hungry.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? You can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get chicken parmesan delivered. Sunshine? No. Some wine? Yes. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. See app for details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? You can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get chicken parmesan delivered. Sunshine? No. Some wine? Yes. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. See app for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-3899. That's 800-518-3899. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
This report brought to you by Peters Clothiers. Missouri sign checking 49 northbound. No delays from Belton to 470 and 71 northbound. Moves well from the Grandview Triangle into downtown. The summer sale is happening now at Peters Clothiers. Save from 20 to 50% off on suits, sport coats, and sportswear. Perfect your look with their in-house tailoring. Peters Clothiers, 124th and State Line Road. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Welcome back into it. Happy Cags debut day. Damn you, St. Louis, for getting the first game. Damn you, St. Louis. But that's okay. I'll be there tonight, hitting the road after the show, get there, watch a little BP. I'm just telling you, man, like I've gone to 2 minor league games, and both games have hit a home run. So
the odds on underdog for Jack Kagleon to hit a home run today.
Are we all betting it?
So with underdog, what you do is it's kind of it combines over unders and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at what they had for Jack Kagleon today. Half a home run, 5.23 times your bet for higher than a half a home run. That's enticing, isn't it? I mean, that's an enticing number.
Nice.
I mean, it really is. The Bobby Witt ones are interesting because you combine them, with other selections to form one entry on the Underdog app, and you can play that in Missouri as well. They got Bobby Witt, 2.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Do you think he gets more than 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs combined tonight?
Well, a home run would knock that bet out of the park.
Out of the park,
yeah. That's 3.
Yeah. Bobby, for a home run tonight, is 2.55 times your odds.
So plus 255.
Yeah.
Really? So he's got much better odds than
Cags. Well, I think, of course, I want to say that.
FanDuel, that's not the case.
Oh, really?
No, Cags has got the second best odds to hit a homer tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are they on FanDuel?
All right.
Plus 460. Bobby's like plus 500.
Bobby Witt total bases, which is like hits basically. So if you get a double, you get 2 bases. You get a single, you get a base. It doesn't count stolen bases and whatnot. 1.5 total bases. You can go higher or lower on that for Bobby Witt tonight. Half an RBI with Bobby Witt as well. You can go. And,
I like that total, the RBI hits.
You like that? Would you go higher or lower than 2.5 of hits, runs, and RBIs? What would you guys do?
I'm going to lean higher, but I think if you made that bet every night with Bobby, you'd come out positive on the season.
It's basically even money for higher.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically even money for. Well, he's in a slump right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
Dusty mentioned going to break about how good Vinny's been hitting, right? I mean, he was at a great month, right? Great month.
Tree 50.
Yeah, right. Bobby hit 250 that month, and so that's why I look at that right now and I go, is the May swoon over, or does that continue into June? And at 2.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs, I don't know, man. I'm a little iffy on that one right now for Bobby. I need to see a couple of games, I think, to know that he's back, but I'll probably end up taking higher on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And done.
Let's bet it.
No, the total base and RBI and run is good because he could get literally a single and a double.
Yeah.
And you've hit it.
And you hit it, yeah.
If you could, like the other day on Saturday or whatever it was when he hit Friday, when he hit the home run, cash immediately.
Yeah,
see you later.
That's right.
We love the comparisons. We do, right? So Jack Kagleon batted ball metrics, the ones that Bob hates the most. He has comparisons to these as well. Hold my beer. 93.8 is his average exit velocity, which means most of the time when he hits the ball, it's going 93.8 miles per hour. Similar to the big league player is Kyle Schwarber. So there's your appetizer, right? max exit velocity, so the hardest he's ever hit a ball that went out, or I guess what they have for max exit velocity is 113.6. His player comp there is Matt Olson, whose hardest hit was 113.8. And then he has a 57.5% hard hit rate, which means almost 60% of the time Jack Kagleon is hitting the ball like a piss missile. Wow. The person who averages that in the Major League Baseball organization is Aaron Judge.
Whew.
How you doing?
Decent company.
Yeah. So he does make his debut tonight. I guess I should say is this similar to the hype that we got for Patrick Mahomes in 2018?
I think it's different, and here's why. It's mid-season, right? We kind of had all the build-up for Patrick Mahomes for a year of him sitting on the bench, right? Then we saw the Denver game. Well, actually, we first saw that Atlanta preseason game where he hits Tyreek Hill for 75 yards and everybody loses their mind, right? I mean, that was kind of the Jack Kagleon AA, AAA type of stuff. You saw that preseason stuff. You didn't know really what to make of it, but by God, he threw that thing 75 yards and almost hit the dome roof. But you saw it.
So you know it's there.
So you knew it was there.
Yeah.
That got us. And then we didn't see another thing at him until that Bronco game, right? And then he made that dude a millionaire down in Miami. What's the guy's name? Albert Wilson. Right? Turned that guy from a guy making $600K to a guy making $60 million, right? And then Albert Wilson never went anywhere and did Albert Wilson have a catch again in the NFL? I mean, I'm being facetious,
he didn't
obviously.
pay state tax. So he did it right.
He did it right. Smart man, not a dope at all, right? And so he turned him in. And then we had all off season. Then we had the playoff game that they lost, and everybody
Tennessee.
thought he should have been in that playoff game. And Andy played this so good. I mean, he really did. When you go back and think about all of the urges that Andy could have had to put Patrick Mahomes in games and to play this guy at certain times, never did. Just stuck to his guns and did his thing, just like the Royals did with Cags. Then Cags told him it's time. Patrick Mahomes told him it was time. They traded Alex Smith, got him paid, with Washington. Great contract for Alex, and they were able to move on to Patrick Mahomes. And so we had that whole offseason to get excited about that, right? And to get jacked about that, no pun intended. And then we had the preseason and all that kind of stuff. So when Mahomes stepped on the field, I think we were ready. This one, I don't think we were truly, quote-unquote, ready for, because it's just happening. Here it is. Like, there hasn't been all that offseason buildup. So I think it's different because the excitement is now for Jack Kagleon. And, yeah, we've had to wait about a year, but a lot of times you don't get caught up in minor league baseball or whatnot. But they said he's playing on Sunday, and here it is Tuesday night, and he's going to be out there. So I think it's different, and I think it's exciting, but I think it's different just because of the time frame that we've had to get excited about it.
I think the other thing I think Bobby's was a lot like Mahomes.
Yes.
Because Bobby, we had to wait.
Yep.
It was like, okay, he's 18, coming out of high school. We saw the videos of him hitting the ball off the tee and like the exit velocity and his bat speed. And you're like, okay, this is not natural for a 19-year-old kid to swing the ball or swing the bat this hard and this efficiently.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, minor leagues, we're seeing this. And then you heard about the AAA crowds. And then it was the next year, day one, opening day of the season, and there's Bobby Witt Jr.
That was very much like Mahomes, yeah.
Whereas this, if Mahomes would have been announced like the starter for the Tennessee playoff game, I think this is where that similarity would be, where it's, okay, the season's already started, the team's already kind of established itself, but we're going to add a wrinkle now to see if this takes the team to the next level. And that would have been if Mahomes got in that Tennessee game, because then you would have been like, see, told you the whole time we had this special talent, and it actually was productive.
Yeah.
The thing about baseball debuts is that with Jack, you had to watch in Florida, right? They went to back-to-back College World Series. I believe he won it his junior year. I think they won the national title that year. And so, like, there was a little bit of people that, like, kind of knew. And then there was the video that came out last January of him hitting a ball with a baseball bat that was wooden instead of metal. And it was like, holy cow, this guy's a monster. And now we've seen it a lot in the minors, similar to what we saw with Mahomes in spring or preseason games. And the first time he was thrown in a yellow jersey in St. Joe, you're like, okay, I've seen glimpses of it. Now you're going to get the taste of it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be almost immediate, because a lot of people told me this year, September into July, maybe next year in 2026, June 3rd.
Yeah, and but I think that truly was the plan for Jack Kagleon.
Sure.
He changed the plan, right? The Royals changed the plan a little bit by not being able to hit, and score runs, and that kind of changed the plan. But Jack changed the plan as well for as good as he's been. And as good as Mahomes was, he never changed that plan for Andy Reid, which is still unbelievable. But I think what we're seeing, the difference between the Jack call-up and the Bobby Witt call-up is pretty simple. Jack Kagleon's entering a team, really the first time a Royals prospect has done this, entered the team that's winning, right? Like they're a winning organization right now. Jack Kagleon doesn't have to come here and be the guy that flips the script like Bobby Witt was, right? And that's where the difference is. And when they drafted Bobby Witt, it was the Matheny era, and I remember having the conversations, with him about bringing Bobby up just like we did, with Cags. Oh, you got to wait, and they did. And he came up and clearly has become one of the best players, in all of baseball. And the excitement built for Bobby Witt for a very long time because you could see the difference that he was. He was a different type of player, just like Jack is a different type of player, just like Patrick is a different type of player. When you have those guys, you can truly see it. But the difference for Cags is like you're coming into a winning team. You don't have to come in here and change the culture. You don't have to come in here and change the dynamic. You don't have to come in here and be the guy that the organization builds around in order to have success. You can just be a piece. And this hopefully is the beginning of the minor leagues delivering pieces all the time to the Royals big league club, where when you need somebody, you got a guy down there and you can bring him up to the big league level to give you that boost that you need. And maybe Jack Kagleon is the first start of it. I mean, this is the first draft of that dude who they hired away from Atlanta that's been running the draft. I don't remember what the guy's name is, Brian something or other, I think. And he's done obviously a nice job getting Jack Kagleon up to the big league level already, but maybe this is just the beginning of where our minor league system really turns out players like it did in 11 and 12. I mean, you can bring guys up to the big league level that are going to produce and stay up here at the big league level and not just have guys in the minor leagues that we've never heard of that never do anything.
Hopefully you have Kleenexes.
All right, seriously, how do you feel? Good. You feel a little tired because you've been doing a lot of stuff.
Like, not bad.
I mean, you've been doing outfield stuff and you've been taking your ground balls,
The rest has
everything.
been working me, but it's been good.
So you think you feel like you're at the point where you could help like them up there? You think you could?
Yeah.
All right, well then you can get on the charter tomorrow night and go with them. Okay, do it.
Holy crap.
So what do you think?
That sounds great.
Just remember, it's still a game. It's baseball.
Shoot, player.
It's a little higher level, but you know you can play.
Yeah. Shoot, player.
All right, give me a hug.
Oh, yeah. I need to call my dad.
What did you think when I started talking to you?
I mean, I was like, damn, it's probably for hitting my knob against the stair. It's like,
I heard that.
I was like, damn.
I heard that.
But, oh, no way.
Go call your dad.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let the fam know.
Congrats.
I don't think you're going to the zoo tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you.
Damn, he didn't get to go to the zoo.
What a moment.
That's awesome.
He can go to St. Louis Zoo.
He could. It's free.
So, yeah. Technically, still go to the zoo, but what a moment. What
awesome.
A time. I love those videos.
Did you see the Seattle one the other day when the pitcher got called in and the manager was talking to him in the dugout doing the same type of thing, like taking you out of the game? And the guy's like, why, man? He goes, you're done for the day. Why? He goes, because they need you in Seattle tomorrow. Well, what do they need me there for? Dude, you just got called. And then and it was in the dugout and everything. It was really
That's
good.
really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, that's really good. What do they need me
awesome.
there for? You just got called up to. Oh my God! And the tears and everything.
Oh,
like
wow.
the big league call-ups, the first hits, the debuts. There's nothing in sports better than those three things, and they all have to be baseball related. They all happen to be, I should say, baseball related. There's nothing better than that manager telling that kid, you just hit your life goal, right? At 22 years old, your dream is to be a big league baseball player. And you just made it to the big leagues, man.
Goosebumps.
Like, I would love to have gotten that message, but man, I would love to deliver that message to make somebody's day better, to let them know, hey, man, you're going to the show, and I get to tell you that, and that's the coolest thing ever, to be able to let you know that that you realize your dreams, your parents, your hard work, your everybody that sacrificed for you. You're going up to the big league level. Don't let anybody down now. And then you get that first moment where you're out there and they introduce you and you run out and you got that first big league debut and mom and dad and everybody's in the crowd and all that kind of stuff. That's cool. And then you get that first big league hit. And then you walk back in the dugout and nobody talks to you because they're acting like, it's not a big deal. And then everybody come over and mobs you and hugs you and gives you all that. That stuff doesn't happen in other sports. It really doesn't. There's no basketball equivalent of that. There's no football equivalent of that. There's really no hockey equivalent of that. Maybe in the minor leagues they do that. But in the hockey, you're in the minor leagues for half a day and then you're up.
Yeah, football's the call from the GM.
Like the draft.
Yeah.
You ready to be a chief?
Yeah. What's up, coach?
Who's this?
Exactly.
Is this the Rams?
We've got to agree this is probably one of the KC Mount Rushmores of debuts. I would say Mahomes against San Francisco week 3 when he made his home debut.
Home debut.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Bobby Witt Jr. opening day 2 years ago. That was a big one.
Big one.
Ended up hitting the game-winning RBI in the 8th inning. It was snowing.
Yeah. Look, I think the biggest debut in sports in Kansas City, and I'm going to say this, and I know you're not going to like it, was Alex Gordon.
It was huge.
It was the biggest debut in Kansas City sports history.
Didn't go well.
Did not go well.
No.
And the reason it was the biggest debut is because it was 2007, okay? The Royals hadn't been relevant basically since 1985, except save 2003 where they won 83 ball games, and that was a lot of fun, and we enjoyed the heck out of that.
Yeah.
But we never really had any good players. And this was a local kid that everybody kind of knew. They were comparing him to George Brett, was playing third base. Everybody thought Alex Gordon was going to be a Hall of Famer that day.
And his number was 7.
And then Kurt Schilling decided to show up.
Yes,
and,
he did.
Coming
off the bloody sock.
Like, okay, Kurt Schilling's here, and Alex Gordon is no longer a third baseman, right? Like, from a hype standpoint, I don't know that anybody has been more excited and more like, I don't even know what the word to use is, dialed in, hyped up, whatever it is, for the Alex Gordon debut. And then it happened, and everybody kind of felt let down. And I don't think we've had the same excitement since, which is fine.
I'll never forget that day. I went to that game with my father, and we sat on the lower bowl. And I remember it was like now batting Alex, and I mean the whole place stood up. And it'll be like that on Tuesday night when he plays the Yankees. The entire place will stand up. And there will be a moment where he steps out of the box, tips his cap, and then hopefully it's Max Fried. He takes him deep to the right field fountains.
Will we see that tonight in St. Louis? I think if you're there and you're going as a Royals fan, you give that kid a standing ovation, man. Make it loud in there.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure it's home of the Chiefs at the end of the anthem, too.
Well, they're
like,
fans of the
seriously,
Chiefs, too.
Kansas. Oh, that's true. It is.
So they're
well,
in.
if they move to Kansas, though, will St. Louis still support them?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Why not? They don't have anything else.
That is true.
The Battlehawks.
They do have the Battlehawks. A lot of first-team UFL players I saw yesterday.
Have you
from
ever gotten a
Battlehawks. No.
call up like that? Like where it was like kind of set up in a way?
No.
Never? Mac, do you ever get a setup like that where they're like, hey, by the way,
I mean, Speck calling me to get the call here was kind of like
when
that.
you were in Nashville?
Yeah, but it wasn't a setup like that
No,
or anything.
nothing like that.
Yeah,
But,
like that. Yeah.
My promotion of this show was a setup.
Yours
was
definitely
set
was.
up.
We made sure it was. Though,
Yes,
you
that
know,
was
like,
awesome.
yeah, that was fun.
That was very cool.
That was a big
That
moment.
was cooler to see you than any. Like that for me, the moment was seeing him.
Yeah, 100%.
Seeing Dusty in that moment. And that's kind of what I was alluding to. Like I got to be on the outside. I didn't get to tell you. But seeing your reaction makes it all worthwhile.
Because I got told on a Friday morning, and you guys
I was pissed. I had to stay to 10:05.
Yeah, you guys knew Wednesday. And I remember Speck called me into his office on Friday morning, which never happens. I always have meetings with Speck on Mondays. And he called me to his office on Friday morning, and he was like, hey, do you have a minute? And I was like, yeah. And I sat down, he's like, shut the door. And I was like, oh, no.
What did I do?
I was like, well, it was a good run. You know, am I going to get bad news again? And he goes, so he's like, how'd you think the week went? I was like, I thought it went all right. I was like, week? It was a month, but all right, yeah. You know,
he
it's
doesn't
good.
pay attention.
Yeah. And so he goes, well, I need you to do 2 things.
You think Speck even knows who Cags is?
Yeah, he does now.
I heard of him.
He said he's going to be up in 26, just like Buffalo's going to blow us out in the AFC Championship game. But he goes, I need 2 things from you. Number 1, I need you to shave your mustache. And I was like, shave my mustache? He goes, yeah, you can't have that when we put the promotion picture for the new show on Monday. And I was like, oh, my God.
That's awesome,
I sat there and cried my eyes out. And he was kind of the same thing. I go, can I call my dad? And he goes, yes. He goes, but first go say hi to the fellow. And you guys are out here. And I'm like, middle finger. I'm like, yeah, dude, it was cool.
think, you know what, though? When he did that, he clearly didn't have anything planned and saw that mustache and then went with that. That's exactly how that
mustache.
went. Yeah, you did. You look just like Austin. We haven't heard from him lately, though. I haven't really. Has he done anything this year?
He hit that leadoff home run.
And on opening day. When was the last time you heard from Austin Wells?
That's true.
Right?
With the pedo bat or torpedo bat.
Yeah.
Gotta throw the T on there.
When was the last time you heard about the torpedo bat since opening day? They announced torpedo bats on opening day, and then people realized you still got to make contact with the baseball. Look up Austin Wells, would you please, and see Mac.
816 asked if he's going to use a torpedo bat.
Yeah, I think everybody's using them now. I think everybody, you don't even know. Like that thing was
Austin
so
Wells,
hot.
219, 9 home runs, 32 RBI, 35 hits.
Well, you take 9 and 32. That's not bad out of a catcher.
35 hits and 9 of them were home runs. Welcome to New York.
Yeah, right. But hey, you're producing runs, and so whatever the case may be. But no, I think that's clearly Spector didn't have anything planned for Dusty and saw that mustache and just went, "You got a bad mustache. You need to shave it for the picture."
And then
that was a cool moment, though.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was.
That
cool.
was great seeing you like that.
Yeah, I called my dad. He didn't answer.
Yeah.
You know what?
Which is
That's
funny,
good.
which is classic because in our family dynamic, with my sister and my parents, it's like if you call, the initial reaction is who died.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we just had one of those. I mean, I'm going to share the story real fast. I'm going to get real morbid real quick. We had one of those the other day. Guy grew up with, my sister grew up with a sister. Their father passed away, right? Sad. I said, "What happened?" I reached out to my friend. What happened? The man choked at the dinner table at his daughter's house in front of the 3 granddaughters and his daughter and died at the dinner table.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn.
What in the hell would you got to move out of that house?
Yeah, absolutely. That's first step.
Right.
That's tragic.
Yeah.
That's
And
like out of a movie.
Right.
That's just
Can
I ask what they were eating?
I didn't ask.
Okay.
I did not.
Natural next question.
No, it is. Absolutely it is.
What was the food? So I don't have to eat that again.
Right, but I'm like, oh my God, that's like something that you, like a movie or something like that, right? And so, so that's like when we call each other, like if somebody calls, you answer right away because something may text all day, but when that call goes through, like, who died?
Yeah.
And so that's like, I'm surprised your dad didn't answer me.
He called back. He goes, so you called everything okay? I was like, are you sitting down? He's like, yeah. I was like, I'm going to do morning shows in Kansas City from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday with Bob Fesco. And he just silent. It's great. It was awesome.
He said, you got to work with that guy.
And he said, well, don't blow it.
No, he didn't.
I wish.
Did he?
No, it's good. Oh, it's good. Coming up on the other side, it's a tough Tuesday. It's a hot corner on a Tuesday here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty.
Whoever that bozo was doing the armpit fart thing, come on, man.
Catch Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20, right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, today is going to be one of those days you look outside and it's going to rain all day long. And you're like, all right, what are we going to do? The kiddos need to do something. We got to do something inside. What can we do that's great for everybody? And the answer to that question is foaling. Foaling is perfect for kids. It's perfect for adults. It's perfect for days like today. It's perfect for hot days where you can go inside and cool down. And everybody knows that foaling is a mashup of football, bowling, drinks, and fun. And it's football plus bowling plus bar. And that's Foaling Warehouse, Kansas City at 435 and State Line. These guys are awesome. Talk to a lot of people who go into foaling. They love Charlie and the guys down there. They think Dave's awesome as well. And they love going into foaling and seeing if they can get the bonk pin knocked down. My buddy's doing it right now. He's in one of those foaling leads. He used to be a bowler. Now he's a foaler. And my man Dan is knocking down the bonk pin and getting his name on the wall and loving every minute of foaling. Foaling is cool because it's perfect for date night. It's perfect for a party. It's perfect for just a day out. It's perfect for a night out. And with a world-class bar and the ability to cater your own event, Foaling has got something for everyone. So reserve a lane now at foalingkc.com. That's foalingkc.com. And get your foal on.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Honey,
I absolutely love how Powell Exteriors Casey is transforming our home. We can't stop now. The new deck and James Hardy siding has the neighbors asking questions. I told them contact Powell Exteriors Casey. They'll listen, assess your needs, offer solutions, and super easy financing at 0% for 18 months on everything. Siding, windows, decks, and custom covers, entry doors, roofing, and more. Check out their work on Facebook and Instagram.
From executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
All right, everybody listen up. We starting our own label.
The Hit Stars original series BMF returns.
The music game could put us up on Connects.
Welcome to the 1995 Social Wars.
This is how we do it.
Don't miss the explosive return of BMF.
I'm calling the shots now. I'm the face of this organization. You always gonna be in my shadow.
Season premiere Friday, June 6th, only on Stars and the Stars app.
The best moments in life weren't meant to sit in a box, gathering dust in the attic or stuck on outdated tapes. They're meant to be seen, heard, and shared again and again. That's why Legacy Box exists, to help you preserve and relive your family's history. Imagine being able to text a video of your grandparents to your kids or share a childhood memory with your siblings in seconds. Legacy Box makes it that easy. Just fill your Legacy Box with all your analog media. Send it to our headquarters in Tennessee where we digitize everything by hand. And in just a few weeks, we'll send back your originals, digitized, preserved, and stored in the cloud. So you can easily stream, download, and share your memories anytime, anywhere. Join the millions of families that have trusted Legacy Box. Go to legacybox.com/value for 50% off. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? You can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get chicken parmesan delivered. Sunshine? No. Some wine? Yes. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. See app for details.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? You can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get chicken parmesan delivered. Sunshine? No. Some wine? Yes. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. See app for details.
It's the trip and the game of a lifetime. Join the Red Kingdom in Sao Paulo, Brazil, as Kansas City takes on their division rivals from LA on September 5th. True Fan Travel is taking diehard fans on an unforgettable 6-night adventure across Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo with the legendary Christian Okoye, hosting authentic local experiences and exclusive events, all filled with beaches, music, food, football, and much more. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or it's your first international game, you'll explore, connect, and rep KC like never before. Learn more at truefantravel.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri sign 470 westbound, heavy from Pryor out past View High with construction taking away the left lane. Stays sluggish out past Raytown Road. Kansas sign 435 westbound, ramp to go K10 westbound with an accident on that transition ramp, keeping things heavy with the left lane blocked. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Welcome back into Fesco and Dusty on a wonderful Tuesday, Jack Kagleon Day. A week from today, he'll be at the K. Pack it up. Get loud. Don't let those Yankees fans come into Kansas City and steal your tickets. Tonight in St. Louis, just down I-70 east to the... You think you can hit it to the arch?
Yeah, I think he will. I think he'll hit it over the arch and hit it to East St. Louis and hit a strip club.
Nice.
Woman's on there giving a lap dance and get hit by a Jack Kagleon fly ball from, Busch Stadium.
Nice.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, that was a baseball.
Another NFL player retired today. Like, June 1st comes and all these guys just quit, huh?
Who was it?
Terry and Armstead retired today.
The Philly?
Yes. Terrion Armstead officially retires after 12 years, made $115.8 million. That Ragnow guy retired from Detroit yesterday, too. That's
Frank
a big
Ragnow,
one.
that's a huge one.
That's a huge retirement. How's that going to go, man?
Dolphins are losing all their good players, too.
Nobody wants to be down there with that guy wearing capri pants.
Or that quarterback.
Which one?
Never heard of him.
That guy's still in the NFL?
He's still there.
Mm-hmm.
People still think he's good?
Oh, yeah.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
Who? Name names, Mac.
We'll get to it later, but I heard they pretty highly ranked coach-quarterback combo. So.
Did you see Tennessee, Alabama playing in the Super Regionals in the College World Series advancement to Omaha?
Woo! So you didn't make it? Ole Miss, Vanderbilt?
Ole Miss got beat by a Missouri Valley team.
Murray State
beat them, and then Wright State took care of Vanderbilt.
The college baseball tournament's been nuts.
I think we should all watch closely to the College World Series. And I'll pull for Tennessee, the defending, reigning champions, and Max squad.
Is the Omaha board filled out yet? Do we know who's officially going?
Winners advance to College World Series, so the Super Regional.
Are we still doing all that, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, you got
it.
So. KU got eliminated over the weekend. I didn't know if the weekend happened, and now we all know who's officially going to Omaha or not.
No, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 teams left.
What does 8 go to Omaha?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Play 2 weeks. They were already setting up down there.
Oh, of course. I imagine they were probably trying to sell merchandise and stuff, too.
That will definitely be something I will get to.
It's fun, man.
Life.
Yes, it's fun.
For sure. But let's get into what is a tough Tuesday, or what we call during the baseball season, the hot corner. So, Bob, I believe your name is on there first.
All right. I'm going to start this thing off. I'm going to go hot corner today is Saquon Barkley because he can only fail now. After getting the announcement of being on the Madden cover, doing the car wash of interviews all over the place yesterday, coming off a season that was unbelievable. Didn't do anything in the Super Bowl, though. We got that feather in our cap.
So the
for
triple
us.
curse.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. He's got it all. And Saquon Barkley, if you look at his numbers, for the most part, good one year, irrelevant the next. Good one year, irrelevant the next. That dude, more expectations than anybody, I think, going into the NFL season. And now he's on the Madden cover. Tough Tuesday, my man. Saquon Barkley serving up cheesesteaks yesterday. That was wild. That was awesome. That was fun. Cool. But boy, oh boy, you go opening night against the Cowboys and rush for 57 yards and don't get a touchdown, then Philly fan can be throwing cheesesteaks at you.
Speaking of cheesesteaks, I ate one in my bed in the hotel room Friday night.
Oh, my God. It was that level, huh?
We were going to stop at a food truck, but the line wasn't moving. There was one guy cooking for like 15 people. Alex like, we just got to go. So I went on DoorDash, and there was a Pardon My Cheesesteak.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, dude, those are good.
Money. I mean, I don't really know what I was eating at the moment. I was watching Bob's Burgers, shirtless, eating a Philly cheesesteak. Real attractive guy over here.
At least you weren't eating a deep dish Chicago-style pizza on a bed with white sheets with your wife.
My sheets were completely white.
Yeah. See, so I forget who was telling me that over the weekend. They're like, we were somewhere, and maybe it was they were in Las Vegas, and they ordered a deep dish.
Yikes.
Pizza.
That's tough.
Like from Lou Malnati's, had it delivered in, it showed up, and then like passed out in the bed and rolled over the pizza. Red sauce everywhere. What do you do in that situation? Do you present these sheets to housekeeping, or do you just take them home with you?
Mac, who's your tough Tuesday?
Hide them in the dresser. Give me Bobby Witt Jr.
Are you trying to get him out of his curse?
Well, because you know, the days of you being the number one star in this team may be over.
Yeah.
Jack Kagleon season starts today.
Which is good. I don't have a problem with that. Bobby needs a little bit of stress taken off his plate.
Did you see that photo of him and Jack getting ready to load the plane to go to St. Louis?
Was that like a small, tiny little airplane, like one of those regional jets that they were getting on yesterday?
Oh, man.
Like one of those planes from Major League where they're taping up the wing?
Pure sex photo. Bobby's wearing some sort of fly jacket because he got his contract. Cag's in like a heavy sweatshirt and black pants.
Cag still has the free Omaha Storm Chaser hoodie.
I mean, he did get a $9 million signing bonus or whatever it was getting their contract coming out.
He does live in Florida.
He does. So, yeah. But that is the future right there in that photo. It's sick.
Yeah, just so that is dope.
Bobby's just pointing out as they get on the jet.
That's awesome.
Kansas City sports, man. Better
Here we go.
My Tough Tuesday or Hot Corner Tuesday goes to Cardi Diggs. Look, I ain't here to bash on Stephon Diggs. I'm just here to say the obvious. I don't think football's the number one focus on his mind.
Apparently he showed up yesterday.
He did.
To OTAs,
he looks good.
Right? Did he? It's OTAs. Are you keeping stats like that one guy in Minnesota who said that 7 red zone touchdowns to lead all quarterbacks in OTAs this year?
Jamar Chase can't catch the football, remember?
Yeah.
Yep. Drops every pass.
But I mean, look, I'm happy for him. He found love, and he's happy with it. Him and Cardi just having the time of their life. You saw the video of him on the boat doing a gender reveal. And then you saw, according to the Levitard shows,
It looked like a girl?
No, there was something pink.
That's what I'm saying. It was a girl?
It was a girl.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's having a girl.
And then you saw the video of like Cardi doing the twerk on the stage, and he's just in there just slapping. Chain on, no shirt, just
from ear to ear, too.
I mean, he's living his best life, man.
So why do people get mad at him for that? Let me ask you guys
I'm
this.
not mad. I just think I think he's in love.
But I think the internets are the trolls on the keyboard warriors and all of that kind of stuff. Like, they believe that every athlete should be in their playbook all the time. Maybe Stephon Diggs is just tired of playing. I mean, how many teams now is this for him? This is his 4th team in 3 years?
Yep.
Right? He's been around the league for a long time.
4th, but yeah.
Well, he's been with the
3
Vikings.
years is what I'm saying. In 3 years.
In 3 years?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was he in Houston 1 year?
Yeah, I guess it was 1 year.
So, yes, third team in 3 years.
Third team in 3 years.
He tore his ACL in like week 3 or 4 or something like that?
Yeah. Pretty early.
Yeah, so he went Buffalo, Houston, New England, 3 teams, 3 years, essentially,
So
right?
that's why he's always in a chair sitting down around Cardi B, because he's rehabbing his knee.
Rehabbing the knee. That's what it
Think
is.
about
Yeah.
his craft.
So, but even if he's not, who cares? Like, maybe he's to the point where he doesn't want to play anymore. You get to those points in life where you're just done with that point of your life and you're ready to move on. And if this guy's ready to move on and take that next stage of his life, whether it be love, whether it be hanging out, whether it be gender reveal, I don't care what it is. If he doesn't want to play football, who are we to tell him he has to be there and play football? And if he doesn't want to play, I'd rather not have him there if I'm the Patriots.
He's doing what every single person in Lee Summit's house has on their wall. Live, laugh, love.
You mean Overland Park?
Both. Hell, we're like your stepbrother over here in Lee Summit. Live, laugh, love. That's what he's doing, man.
Yeah, he is.
I just don't know if he's live, laugh, loving for football. I think it's number 2 on the list.
And you know what? If
that's
it is,
okay.
that's okay.
You
That's
know?
okay. He's played a lot of good football. He doesn't need to do it for anybody. Do your own life, man. We get so worked up over athletes enjoying themselves. Who cares?
I think he'll be okay this year, though.
I mean, he's happy. Maybe he's going to play a little more loose.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
You know?
Or maybe he just goes, I'm out.
Or judging by what he's been doing in the offseason, he might be exhausted come week 1.
And he's got to go work for Vrabel now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to go.
Like, I know Sean McDermott isn't exactly, a rough and tough Mike Vrabel guy. Clearly, DeMeco Ryans isn't Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel will butt his head through a wall and then expect you to do the same thing.
Yep.
Like, this guy's getting in bed with a true football head coach, like this guy eats playbooks. Vrabel does. Good luck, man. Stephon Diggs, I'm interested in the ladies. I'm interested in you running a 10-yard out.
Do you think Vrabel knows who Cardi B is?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like Vrabel still listens to Waylon Jennings.
Wouldn't be
There's nothing
surprised by
wrong with that.
He tries to be relatable to the players. He's got that hardcore football thing, but he also tries to be relatable and cool.
Who saw Todd Haley knowing every song to Lil Wayne?
Yeah, that is true, yeah. But,
that's
somebody did ask our friend Denny Matthews on Thursday night at the See You in the Major Leagues Foundation. They said, are you a Marty Robbins fan? And I was like, oh, my God.
Never heard of him.
Jeez. It's like when a buddy of mine, we ran into a girl I had worked with at Jack Stack, and we ran into her and her mom, and, she's obviously younger than we were. Her mom was like, low 40s, like 41, 42. And he's like, so you probably like the Beatles? And I was like,
oh. To the mother?
Yeah. She was like, well.
How long ago was this?
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, my God.
She's like, this is my mom. We're like, oh, nice to meet you. And he was like, she's like, he does music. His name's Jonathan, whatever. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know, like, your favorite music's probably like the Beatles. I play a couple. I'm like, dude.
The Beatles?
It's like she saw the Backstreet Boys live.
Yeah,
Come on now.
the Beatles. Dude. The hell year you think it is,
Because
man?
I was like impressed, like your mom's like 42, because it's only like 10 years older than I am.
Yeah, exactly. 2
What's
decades off.
It's like 3 years older than you now.
Yeah, now. Yeah. At the time I was 35, she was like 42.
Okay,
so like
even
7.
3 years ago, the Beatles, I was
like,
Lennon's been dead since the 80s.
I was like, Jonathan, come on, man.
I mean, she was probably born after Lennon was killed.
Yeah.
She didn't even see the Monday night game that Cosell announced.
No.
Coming up on the other side, some people just don't know how to watch baseball, and some people ruin it for the rest of us, especially this clown with his audio. We'll get to that. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty.
Hey, what's going on, man?
On your home for Kansas City Sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, this weekend was absolutely outstanding for us because we didn't have to do a thing. We didn't have to worry about mowing our lawn or weed eating or putting the mulch down or fixing the yard because the folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control have taken care of all of that for us. We have turned our entire yard over to the folks at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They're college-educated professionals, and they know what they are doing. I don't have to worry about putting the fertilizer down. They've done that now twice already this year. It's outstanding. I know that I've hired Aspen, and they're just going to take care of everything. They're going to show up. They're going to handle the cutting of the grass. They're going to put the fertilizer down, and they're going to make it look awesome. And it does look great. And we were able to sit outside in the backyard and enjoy the backyard because the mosquito dome is up. That's right. They spray the yard every month, and there's no mosquitoes, there's no fleas, there's no ticks, and we get to sit outside where we love it most and get to enjoy the outdoors without getting bitten by all of those insects. So you need to get in touch with Aspen Lawn and Pest Control today. Let them take care of everything so your weekends are relaxing and you can enjoy your outdoors. They offer full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control, and they're going to give you up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them today at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Guys, let's talk about your prostate. If an enlarged prostate has you rushing to the nearest bathroom, losing sleep, or just feeling frustrated because you can't go when you need to, it's time to do something about it. Clarity Care offers prostate artery embolization, a minimally invasive procedure that shrinks the prostate and relieves symptoms. It's a simple office treatment that can help you sleep better, be comfortable, and feel more in control. Go to kcprostate.com to learn more. Clarity Care. No surgery, just relief.
Shane Company engagement rings are expertly crafted to fit both your style and your lifestyle.
My wife's an artist and works with her hands. Shane Company helped me create a ring that's beautiful and sleek. She loves it.
Shane Company rings are crafted with care using high-quality materials, and we set each center stone by hand in our jeweler's workshop right here in our store. We also protect your ring, including the center stone, with our unmatched free lifetime warranty. Let us help you find your perfect ring, in-store and at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Summer's coolest mattress deals are going on now at Ashley's Stars and Stripes sale. This summer, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses. And say goodbye to hot sleep and save up to $500 on the best-selling Tempur-Breeze collection. Plus, feel the freedom to snooze now and pay later with 0% interest until 2030 on in-store purchases made with your Ashley Advantage Synchrony credit card. Better sleep starts at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Almost Andy Reid here. Renner Garage Door has proudly served KC for nearly 70 years. Get your free estimate today. RENNER forward and back.
RENNER. RENNER. Royals coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Stay comfortable year-round with expert HVAC installs. $0 down, payments from $150 a month. Schedule now at anthonyphc.com. Missouri side 470 westbound heavy from Pryor out past View High Drive with construction taking away the left lane. Money-back guarantees and parts and labor warranties mean you aren't just buying products, you are securing your investment. For a limited time, receive a free furnace when you purchase an AC. Schedule your complimentary proposal online at anthonyphc.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Listen to Jack Kagleon's debut tonight with Vern's On Deck show, starting at 5:30. First pitch at 6:45. Right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station.
That's right. You hear the promo right there. Vern's On Deck show tonight, 5:30 for the Kagleon debut. I would assume when Vern touches them all, it will be first base, Kagleon, second base, Kagleon, third base, Kagleon. Who knows, though? He does a lot better job than anyone I know in the business doing exactly what he does. Josh Vernier, 5:30 tonight on 96.5, The Fan for Kag's debut. Some people suck and ruin it for everybody else.
What Kansas City has done is the single most irresponsible move I've seen in quite a long time. If he's going to be that good, how do you call him up now where he will hit arbitration a full year earlier than if they had waited till after around June 17th? We waited to call up Miguel Cabrera until after June 17th, and therefore we got an extra year at the minimum. I have no idea how a team that's not in the top 10 of payroll is not paying attention to dates. And the Royals forcing the issue, that's a bunch of horse hockey. You take the extra 2 weeks because it gives you an extra year, and it compounds itself in arbitration. This is a $10 million decision they made. He better be Vladimir Guerrero Sr., and he better start now. But to me, the GM said, oh, we're not going to make a move, until the team is hot. Whatever. I don't know what they were doing here, Matt. I would not have done that. Now, of course, he could get a full year of service time if he finishes top 2 Rookie of the Year, in which case it wouldn't matter. But he's got to finish top 2 in Rookie of the Year. But I guess as Vladimir Sr., he may. But for me, this is irresponsible.
That's David Sampson. He used to be the president of the Marlins, and I believe he was the president of the Nationals for a little bit of time as well. He was talking about Miguel Cabrera when they brought him up. They won the World Series in 2003, then decimated their entire team after that. David Sampson is now out of baseball, and I was going through his Wikipedia stuff to try to find out where he is and what he is right now. He's basically a character actor in Hollywood right now.
Sounds like it.
And so when he says that he wouldn't do stuff, well, you're no longer employed in baseball, sir. That's why you wouldn't be able to do those things. And maybe if you did some of these things and thought bold as opposed to being a wimp, you would have been able to have better success out there. And so, God, I got so many notes about what this guy had to say.
Half a page.
It's half a page of notes. There's a couple of things I wrote down. I'm just going to kind of go and just be stupid here for a second. Okay. That guy kind of reminded me of my mother being cheap about everything, right? Like, oh, let's just wait. And by the time you wait, that's passed you by, and you never got what you wanted to get at that point in time. I've got a friend that tells me all the time, cheap people pay twice, and she is 100% right about that. If you're going to buy something, invest in something and spend that money. And it's rich that they've got a guy on, I think it's CBS Sports, David Sampson, who was the GM of 2 teams that have been, skinflints over the years, cheapos, not willing to spend money. Did you see the crowd at that Marlins game last night? How great is that organization?
I know Marlins Rockies.
I know they were playing the Rockies. I get it, but
there were more people there than the Rockies had wins.
But I mean, we've got a guy giving out advice, and that's what happens when you get blown out of these jobs as presidents and GMs and things of that nature in Major League Baseball, the NFL, whatever it is. You go and blow the 8 on the radio, and people think you're an expert because you worked in that field before. This guy had 1 year of success in his entire big league career. His father-in-law, I believe, was the reason that he actually was in the job, because his father-in-law, I think, was Loria, who ended up buying the Marlins or whatever the case may be. And so this guy got a job because he knew his father-in-law, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But you can't sit there and criticize what the Royals are doing because you didn't do something like that. Maybe the Royals are just a better run organization than anything David Sampson ever worked for in his career. And they're giving him the ability to do, the Royals, I should say, the ability to bring guys up and not worry about money. Yeah, you say it's irresponsible, but you know what also is irresponsible? Not bringing up a bat that's ready when you can't score an effing run. That's irresponsible. It's irresponsible to the 25 other guys on that roster that are busting their ass and trying their hardest. They need an infusion. And it's also irresponsible to leave this pitching staff continue to go out there and to continue to put up, an ERA of 1.59 and continue to take losses. That's irresponsible. The Royals did this because J.J. Piccolo and Q have a pulse on their ball club. They know what's going on inside that locker room. They know what those guys are feeling. They know what those guys need. And if they said go ahead and bring Cags up 10 days before they could save $10 million on arbitration, that's a good thing. Baseball needs more of what's going on in Kansas City and less blowhards like David Sampson on there telling us we're doing it wrong. You did it wrong, David Sampson. That's why this game's in a mess place right now, because they have people like you not bringing up players and doing things based on the dollar instead of based on winning. Hell yeah, John Sherman. Hell yeah, J.J. Piccolo. I'll chip in and pay the $10 million to keep Cags here for an extra year when arbitration rolls around, or maybe Fiserv can pay that with their rent at 119th and Knoll for the new stadium, the new ballpark to keep Cags here. I love this move more now because of that guy, David Sampson, telling us they couldn't do it, a guy who's no longer even in baseball. Jack Fax.
That's a bunch of horse hockey.
I don't know what that is. I've heard now two sayings this past 2 weeks that go eat some bark and
Who said that one?
Terry Bradshaw.
That's right, Terry Bradshaw.
And then that's horse hockey. I mean, I know what tonsil hockey is.
I think he said go eat bark because he's calling Rogers a tree hugger, and so he can go eat the bark off the tree.
Gotcha.
I think that's where that's coming from.
So the guy kind of contradicted himself. What did you say his name was? Samson?
David Sampson.
Samsonite?
Yeah.
I heard of him.
Rookie of the year is pretty much locked up. Jacob Wilson for Oakland, or I guess not Oakland, I'm sorry, the A's. He's minus 400 on DraftKings.
Yeah.
Kagleon is plus 1,000 to win the award on DraftKings. And the next closest guy is Jason Dominguez at plus 1,500. So Cags, without even taking an at bat yet, has much better odds than these other guys like Cam Smith or Will Warren or people like that. But Jacob Wilson hitting like 350 still, playing shortstop for the A's, who will probably play shortstop for the Yankees here shortly, because if the guy they have now isn't going to live up to the Jeter hype, which no one ever will.
But come on, he's a good shortstop. I know it's stupid, but
that's what they do.
But Volpe's not a bad baseball player at all.
No.
Is he Derek Jeter? No. You know who's not Derek Jeter? Basically everybody.
Hall of Fame 300 hitter. Yeah, not a lot of people are that guy.
Are you talking about his lineup, or are you talking about the way he played on the field? Because either way, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he used to give away gift baskets.
I mean, so like what we're going to compare. Like, it's ridiculous. He's not Jeter. Yeah, you're right. He's not. And that's okay.
June 3rd, Aaron Judge has a minus 6,000 lead on MVP. Minus 6,000 on June 3rd.
Who's even two?
Bobby Witt plus 2,500.
He's still two.
Yep.
So
Cal
minus
Raleigh
6,000.
is third.
I'm surprised Cal Raleigh is
3,000. Jose Ramirez fourth at plus 9,000.
Have you seen what Cal Raleigh is doing out there in Seattle? I mean, that you want to talk about somebody that's putting up numbers this year. And he plays in Seattle, so nobody knows it's going on.
Right. Still looking to see if we have any Jack Kagleon props on DraftKings. Mac had told you about him on FanDuel, and you had talked about him on Underdog as well. Yeah. So there'll be options out there. We'll get to it. But yeah, I get it. Like everyone says with the arbitration. Let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Bobby Witt Jr., as advertised, never was an issue.
Never was an issue. They paid him, they extended him. If this guy produces, they'll pay him too.
Same thing.
This is why we get a new stadium, to pay these guys this money. This is a good thing. Like, this isn't a bad... People, like, this is why baseball, my God, that baseball... I mean, you got people out here going, well, this is a bad move. We should have just waited 10. You know what the morale of the team could have been like in 10 days if this continued, where they're not scoring runs? Do you know what kind of infighting could have started with the pitchers going, hey, you guys, how about a run? Like, people don't understand that, like, the manager and the general manager of all teams, they have a pretty good pulse on their team. They know what their team needs. They know what's going on with their ball club. It's easy to bloviate and sit there in your home office on Zoom and sit there and destroy an organization because you don't like it because they did something that is different. Maybe the Royals will start doing something and everybody will start following the Royals and say, yeah, these young kids are ready. Let's bring them up. The baseball needs to stop focusing everything on the dollar. You know how it is in your life. If you focus everything in your life on the dollar, you drive yourself nuts. Yeah. Sometimes you got to splurge, and it's okay.
Yeah, David Sampson, that's like your opinion, man. Coming up on the other side, we'll take a break from baseball because Bob needs a cigarette, and Mac will get into his Mac's burning football questions here on the other side on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Kansas City Sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Baseball's rolling along. Jack Kagleon debut day today. You know baseball's in your life, and this season we're bringing you the proud partner of your Kansas City Royals, Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. They're absolutely delicious. You can ask Mac. He knows. Everyone I've been around that's had one, they know they're delicious, and they pair perfectly with a day at the ballpark. Find it at Kauffman Stadium all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles for 0 trouble, so it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game. Ask for it at your local bars and liquor stores. You must be 21 years of age, and please drink responsibly.
Real stories with Hellsberg.
After we met and we started dating, Nancy and I lived 150 miles apart, and I would drive my old jalopy car, and it was roughly a 3-hour distance. It took 3 years I drove across that state back and forth dating her every weekend.
Persistence.
And I would have never stopped. I had a lot of energy back then, 36 years ago.
At Hellsberg, find the engagement ring worthy of your story. Designed with the love, care, and craft it deserves. Visit a Hellsberg store or hellsberg.com.
Get a $15 prepaid MasterCard after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Not available in all states. Rates vary. Building a financial safety net for your family can be tough. But with term life insurance through Ethos, you can have peace of mind that they can pay the mortgage and other bills if something happens to you. With coverage in as little as 10 minutes, all online, Ethos finds your best rate across our multiple trusted carriers. Some policies as low as $1 a day billed monthly. And even in uncertain times, your term life insurance rates and payout don't change. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life.
This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, where our testosterone therapy can help you sleep better, improve your sex drive, give you better gains in the gym, and more. Please take a moment and listen to how we help this patient.
Hi, my name is Matt. I've been a patient of Heartland Men's Health for over a year now, utilizing their low T treatment. I woke up one day and realized that I was twice the guy I used to be, and my energy was half of what it was. I made the decision to come into Heartland Men's Health just wanting to feel better and trying to find a solution to why I was tired all the time. And the results that I've gotten brought me back to being myself. It brought me back to being the best spouse I can be, to being the best father I can be. Any of my friends that ask me, they see me, they're like, you're a different person, or they're like, what are you doing? Guys, if anything I've said today resonates with you or makes you think that this might be a good place for you to come get checked out, meet with a specialist here and get your life back on track and feeling better.
Thank you. It's true. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
What he'll never have is the love I have for you.
What He'll Never Have, the smash hit from Dylan Scott, appears on the brand new album, Easy Does It. The album also features the #1 song, This Town's Been Too Good to Us.
This town's been too good to us.
And Till I Can't, I Will.
I'll do whatever it takes. Yeah, believe me when I say
Search, follow, and listen now on all music streaming services. Sponsored by Curb Records.
Not available in all states. Rates vary. Building a financial safety net for your family can be tough. But with term life insurance through Ethos, you can have peace of mind that they can pay the mortgage and other bills if something happens to you. With coverage in as little as 10 minutes, all online, Ethos finds your best rate across our multiple trusted carriers. Some policies as low as $1 a day billed monthly. And even in uncertain times, your term life insurance rates and payout don't change. Get a free quote at ethos.com/win. That's ethos.com/win.
Exercising and being outside are two things I love doing almost every day. I can't imagine joint pain slowing me down. The good news is, if you do have joint pain, I've got the answer for you. QC Kinetics has over 50,000 satisfied patients in less than a decade, and everyone is getting results with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime at all. QC Kinetics has been on the cutting edge of regenerative medicine. They use natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. Regenerative medicine used to be an alternative, and now it's mainstream. So if you love being outside and working out as much as I do, or you just love to play golf or tennis or doing everyday activities, and you don't want to live with that joint pain any longer, call my friends over at QC Kinetics. Don't let sore knees or elbows or shoulders or a back keep you from doing the things you love. Call QC Kinetics today, 816-412-6299, 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. It's QC Kinetics.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri sign 470 westbound, heavy from Pryor out past View High Drive, where you enter construction zone with a left lane block. Stay sluggish out past Raytown Road. 70 westbound, a little slow around Jackson Avenue with road work in the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
That sounded good. That's going to go a long way to right field, and spring training home run number 3.
You'll hear that sexy voice in about 10 minutes. Ryan Lefever will join the show. We'll talk about Cag's debut tonight, where it's ranked in his time and tenured with the Kansas City Royals. He's been here for quite some time, and I hope he's here for a lot longer. The voice of the Royals as well, Denny Matthews, will be a topic for Mr. Ryan Lefever, as we have some burning questions to get to. But before we get to Lefever, let's get to Max. How many days are we out for football?
94 from the first Chiefs game.
That's the only one that matters. Yes. Yeah, that first game is like a preseason game. Philadelphia's going to get their rings.
Yep.
Dallas will fail to show up. Jerry's face will melt, and
we'll see Schottenheimer on the sideline.
Like, can we just get the Friday?
Yes.
Jerry's going to look inside Noah's Ark. Who's having sex with Jerry Jones?
Noah's Ark used to be a great hotel over there in St. Charles. Too bad it's not there anymore. You guys could all stay at the Noah's Ark. We did that
Noah's
one
Ark?
time.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh, yes. Each room was themed with a different animal. And
No.
look it up. Look up the
yes.
old Noah's Ark Hotel in
That
St.
sounds
Charles,
great.
Missouri.
Or the Ark of the Covenant's what they looked
Love
at
that.
in Indiana Jones. What was your animal?
I don't remember.
You remember?
We were pretty drunk.
That's ironic.
Okay, so my burning question today, 94 days until Chiefs football season starts. Who are your top 5 quarterback coach combinations? Because there was an article that came out on this from Matt Verderam, SI, and he had some rankings in there. We can get to those. I don't know if you want to get to those first or if you want to get to ours and kind of talk about it. What do you guys want to do?
Well, it really is. I mean, they had the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is why SI is no longer a real publication. I mean, it isn't. I mean, SI, when I was a kid, was the end-all, be-all. Now it's non-existent and irrelevant. But when you put out a list that has Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers as the 6th best quarterback coach combo in the NFL, and it doesn't even exist. Even if it did exist, I don't know that I would have Tomlin.
Yeah, and Rodgers wasn't even at OTAs.
Right. It shows like two things. One, how shallow the coaching pool truly is in the NFL, which I've been saying for 10 years now, and really how shallow the quarterback pool is in the NFL. You've got your Tier A quarterbacks, and everybody else. It's like starting pitching, right? You got your big guns, and then you've got everybody else who just kind of fills in the gap. And so, I mean, Andy and Patrick are number one, and there's no debate, in my opinion,
That's
right?
the objective one. Yep.
I mean, and that there's no debating that Andy and Patrick, Andrew and Patrick, Andy and Pat, however you want to, right, are the number
First
one
name basis.
coach quarterback combination in the NFL. And then it's kind of up for debate, however you want to do it.
I think first two are locked in. I don't think you can switch those.
You think
two.
it's Sean McDermott and Josh Allen at number 2, right?
No,
you don't.
It's a Sean, but it's Sean McVay and Matt Stafford.
That's a good one. Yeah,
It's a good one.
That's 2 to me. I think 3 would probably be.
I've got them at 5, by the way.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you have at number 2? Allen and McDermott?
No, I've got them at 3. I've got Lamar and Harbaugh at 2 because I think Harbaugh's a better coach
That's
than
who I have
McDermott.
at 3.
Yeah. You have them at 3.
And Harbaugh's won a Super Bowl. McDermott hasn't, but
And the only reason I do that is because I think Lamar is better than what John is in his rank. I think Lamar makes John a little bit better. I think McVay made Stafford better.
And see, I think Josh Allen has made Sean McDermott as good as they've been. Like, I don't think it's really much of Sean McDermott, quite honestly, as I do Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's my 4th. And then I don't sleep on Hurts and Sirianni.
I don't either. I saw something again the other day about people just still running down Jalen Hurts. What has this poor guy done? What does this poor guy have to do?
Oh, that was my question. What does he have to do? He's won a Super Bowl. He's been fantastic.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years.
Yeah.
They want to see him throw it more.
Which, I mean, yeah. That's
Your
fine.
job is to win games, though. You've got a dynamic running back who's serving up cheesesteaks now. Why are we going to get away from what works?
Yeah.
This is the fantasy versus reality, right? People want to see him throw the ball. Who? Nerds? Or what? Because
Threw it pretty well in that Super Bowl game.
Yeah, he did. Like, they didn't even use Saquon Barkley in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts.
What more do you need to see out of Jalen Hurts? I feel bad for him. I really do. Like, he's a good quarterback, and he's never going to be in that top tier for a lot of people because he's not putting up the stats that the fantasy owners want to see. His job is to put his team in position to win games, not make mistakes, lead his team to victory. He's done that.
Yeah,
he's been outstanding.
Yes. He's a grade A winner, and his level of play increases in the playoffs. We've seen it twice. His best 2 games in his professional career are in the Super Bowl. I mean, that is just legitimate. He was the best player in the first Super Bowl that the Chiefs won. He was the best player on the field. He was the best player on the field that second time. But yeah, he's not that elite. He's not a top 5 quarterback, so he's always going to get that hate.
Yeah, the one that's coming on the fringe for me, and it's obviously a wait and see, is what's going on in Minnesota right now with J.J. McCarthy, right, and Matt Fleener.
He's pretty good in the red zone.
Yeah, that's what I've heard at OTAs. Because Fleener has turned around all the quarterbacks up there in Minnesota. Yes. I'm willing to put him in a different category right now. He's won with Kirk Cousins. He won with Sam Darnold, who threw a bunch of red zone interceptions in OTAs yesterday. So clearly he has lost everything.
Gotcha.
Big scandal yesterday.
Wow.
Red zone, OTAs, interceptions.
I'm behind.
They're going to throw him in the Puget Sound and get rid of him. And then now we got Fleener teaming up with J.J. McCarthy, right?
Yes.
I saw a Viking fan the other day, the final day of school pickup for me, and their license plate was J.J. to J.J. with a Minnesota Viking license plate frame.
That's cool. All right, they're buying in.
They're buying in. Yeah.
I want to ask you this over who you have higher, Peyton and Drew Nix, or do you have LaFleur and Love above them?
I'd have to go
because Love was your preseason MVP last year.
Yeah, and I still think Love and LaFleur are going to be great this year. I'm back in on the Packers. Nothing's changed from that perspective, but I'd give the nudge to the Broncos.
Jordan Love has big step back last year. Big step back.
It was
they took the ball out of his hand.
He was also hurt.
Yep.
He was also hurt that second half of the season.
Where do you have Campbell and Goff?
Campbell and Goff, I think I have as my 6th. That is my honorable mention. I have one in my top 5 who I know you both are going to. Well, I know you might like it okay, Dusty. Bob, you're going to absolutely hate
Ben
it.
Johnson and Caleb, isn't it?
No. That'd be hot. That's going to happen too.
You have the DC crew?
No, I like that. You'd like that more.
I do like that. I was on with them
They're
on
up there.
Friday, I think it was, and we were talking about that. And
today,
yeah,
it's today.
Today.
That's who I have.
Yeah, that guy.
That's why it hit me like all of a sudden. I'm like,
call Ryan. Just call Lefever.
Worms had arms, and then what we get?
Worms had machine guns, and birds wouldn't be scared of them.
94 days until the Chiefs' first game.
got
Who's your favorite 94 in Chiefs history?
94.
Tyson Jackson.
Tyson Jackson was the biggest 94.
He was awesome.
Huge. Good dude. Miscast. That was Scott Pioli. Let's draft the defensive lineman and play him at safety. What?
Terrell Suggs, apparently.
Oh, nice.
Kevin Vickerson, Jarvis Jenkins, Taco Carlton.
Taco Charlton. Yeah. Remember him for 5 minutes?
And Junior Ciavi.
Oh, Junior Ciavi.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, Malik Herring.
There's actually there's some names for 94.
Taco Charlton, man. I liked Taco.
Yeah, I liked Taco a
He
lot.
stunk. He did nothing.
No,
Yeah, he just had a really cool name.
Yeah, because he ate tacos, I think, and his grandmother called him. I think that was the story, if I'm not mistaken.
The Chiefs didn't draft him, though. The Cowboys drafted
No,
him, right?
I think the Cowboys drafted him. Clearly,
really high.
he's
Yeah.
15th overall.
Yeah.
Clearly a failed Cowboy pick, which isn't surprising to anybody.
course.
They suck at everything they do, except marketing, which is brilliant. They make good money, but they can't win to save their lives. And Taco Charlton was just another failed draft pick from that regime.
That was the T.J. Watt draft. T.J. Watt went after Taco Charlton, I'm pretty
He
sure.
did?
And the Cowboys
That's
drafted
funny.
Taco over T.J.
I mean, does that surprise you?
No.
So who could make the list next year? Who's like the potential fringe, quarterback and coach combo?
I think it's what's going to happen in Minnesota.
You like JJ and KOC?
I do.
That's a good one.
I do, and maybe Houston as well. Let's see what happens this year.
They deserve a mention.
You know, in the postseason, they're Houston. They're all based on the postseason now. Chargers, you're all based on what you do in the postseason now. Just like the Chiefs, you're going to be one of these teams that are at the top. You're based on what you do in the postseason. Houston's now grandfathered in. They got to win some postseason games, right? Where they get the divisional round last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got to make the championship round this year. And in football, it's so bizarre. You got to advance to the next round. It's like, yeah, but that makes the Super Bowl the next round.
Yeah, exactly,
Like in football, there's such limited time, you know?
Who do you like better this year, Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams or Vrabel and May?
Vrabel and May.
Damn, Dusty. I'm gonna go Caleb and Ben Johnson, but I don't know. I really like Vrabel and May too.
I've seen Drake May play. He's been pretty good, right?
He has been good.
He's been good. I've seen Vrabel coach. He's been a pretty good coach.
Pretty good.
I've never seen Ben Johnson coach a game in my entire life, and I think Caleb Williams sucks. I think it's a very easy answer. Caleb doesn't even want to be a Bear.
And then who is it? What's the guy in Tennessee?
Cam Ward and Brian Callahan.
Yeah, Callahan and Ward. Callahan and Cam. Cam Callahan. I make auto parts for the working man because that's who I am and that's who I care about. You went a little heavy on the pine tree there, bud.
You talk about like a guy flying under the radar.
Cam Ward. Huh. We talk about cards. That's, as soon as that NFL pack releases, man, that's one of the ones I'm going after. Cam Ward.
I mean, under the radar. I've never seen a number one pick in any sport not even be noticed. On draft night, we're talking about. We're not talking about like June. We're talking about freaking draft night. That guy was drafted.
Somebody says, glad I bought a Cags Omaha Storm Chaser jersey last night. They're sold out again. Go Jack, go Royals.
Were they still selling them last night in Omaha? I don't think they played games last night.
No, they don't play on Monday. But no, they have another homestand tonight. But they said they looked online and got it. And now they're sold out online.
Funny.
So, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, like I said, I think as soon as they get them released to the Royals store, white home jersey, Royals, Cags, I think that's one of those jerseys you can buy, like a Mahomes one, because it's coming.
I think as of today, it's in that category of you should feel pretty good about buying this one.
That sounded good. Yep. That's going to go a long way to right field, and spring training home run number 3.
Oh, it seems like just yesterday, Mr. Lefever, and now that could be something you hear in St. Louis tonight. Mr. Lefever, how are you doing on this wonderful Tuesday?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hey, before we get into Jack Kagleon, are you going to come to Denny's bachelor party?
Where in the world is Denny going to have a bachelor party? That's what I want to know.
Right here on the air for 4 hours with This Is the Story of Your Life, Denny. Everybody and anybody who's been involved in Denny's Matthews' life will be part of this, and then there will be listeners tailgating in the parking lot, I'm sure.
Perfect.
Where are you? Are you at like an aviary, a bird place, or whatever they call those things?
Sounds like you're literally watching the Cardinals.
I am, exactly. I'm listening to Cardinals outside. No, I'm still home.
Oh, okay.
The team went last night, but since it's such a short flight, I opted to stay home another night, so I'm going to fly out at about 11:30 this afternoon.
Nice. Oh, perfect. It works out well. So, first of all, I don't know what bigger news is: Denny getting married or Jack Kagleon coming up to the big league level. Like when you heard Denny was getting married, what was your reaction?
Well, he told me we have an area at Kauffman Stadium, a top secret classified location where we gather before the game and get all of our prep work done. It's in one of the suites, and we've done this for years. And in typical Denny fashion, he presented it to me kind of like, didn't you think Waka's changeup was pretty good last week? And so I had to kind of double take. And so we just had a discussion about it, and it ended up with, hey, well, we came together in 1999 as a couple of single guys, and lo and behold, we're both going to go out as married guys.
There you go. Did he tell you that you're the best man?
No, he did not tell me that. In fact, I don't know if he's going to have a best man. He has 3 brothers. Yep. He's the oldest of 4 brothers. And I don't know if they've identified a best man. They might have someone who's going to speak on their behalf. But it came together pretty quickly. And so, just because Denny will be 83 years old and we revere him the way that we do, doesn't mean he's any more prepared or has any idea what's coming in front of him once you propose and your fiance says, I do. So he's got as many questions as he does answers as far as what's going to happen at his wedding.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited for him and Amy. I think it's going to be great, and we're going to do our best to celebrate Denny through all this, just like you guys will do with Cags tonight. Where does this one rank for you in debuts that you've been a part of here in Kansas City, Ryan?
Yeah, it's a top 5, and I think a lot of it just has to do the amount of information that we have on the minor leagues, the amount of exposure that minor league prospects have. I mean, you remember when we both were getting started here, Bob, that, it's just kind of just a small circle of people that really knew who the top prospects were. Baseball America might write an article, but it was a conversation with our general manager. It was a conversation with our farm director to know who the top prospects were. But, college baseball has so much exposure now. The draft has a lot more exposure. There's so many more outlets now that follow not just who a team's top prospect is, but, where that prospect falls amongst the 30 teams and their top prospects. So I think just from that regard, I think, a really hardcore fan in Pittsburgh knows who Jack Kagleon is. And a hardcore baseball fan in Kansas City was all over who Paul Skeens was, just because everyone's so much more involved now in who the prospects are, the draft, and how they're doing in the minor leagues. But, just watching him, I look at different things, I guess, because I don't pay as close attention to the minor leagues as I used to, but I get to see a lot of these guys in spring training. And so, maybe this is part of getting older or whatever, but I like to watch what they're like in the clubhouse. I like to watch how they mingle with the veterans. I like to watch the quality of their at-bats in a spring training game, how they handle hitting a home run and how they handle striking out, and just their demeanor. And he's got it. And then the next thing I typically do is, ask people in the clubhouse or ask other players, or members of the coaching staff, how did he handle his first big league spring training? And nobody had anything bad to say about Jack Kagleon. It was all positive.
Ryan, I know you don't have a say in the lineup, but where would you like to see Kagleon hit in this lineup for the Royals?
Well, I mean, I think I don't know the lineup. I wouldn't see him hitting any higher than 6th, just because the Royals are pretty set right now, 1 through 5. And I think that's typical. I mean, there's going to be enough pressure on him because of everything I just talked about. The whole world is going to be wondering how he does if you're you're a baseball fan and you're interested in young players. So there's enough pressure already, but I know that the organization was very careful about bringing him up to the big leagues, first of all, but number 2, bringing him up in a situation where, hey, we really need you. You need to come up big for us. I mean, this is a big leap from AAA to the big league. So put him in a position where if he does hit a home run, it has a chance to impact the game. But at the same time, plugging him in somewhere 3, 4, 5, I think that's down the road.
Ryan, as he continues to, show everybody in Kansas City what he's all about, what is kind of your expectation? I don't want to say predict his career or anything like that, but I mean, what would be considered a success for Jack Kagleon in his career in Kansas City?
Well, at this point of his career, his success is going to be measured by how much does he help the Royals win games. I mean, that's why he's coming right now. I mean, we're not bringing him up because he's a first-round pick and he's hitting a lot of home runs in AA and AAA. We're not bringing him up because, he's a nice guy and his teammates like him. I mean, he's coming up right now because the Royals think he can help them win games. And, of course, you can imagine, I was probably asked by you guys when we talked in spring training, do you think Jack Kagleon's going to be brought up? Do you think it'll be before the All-Star game? And I don't know, but my answer to that question every time is, whether you like it or not, if he gets called up before the All-Star break, it's not going to be because of a good reason. Either somebody got hurt or we're not scoring runs, and they're going to have to accelerate the process here to get him to the big leagues. With that being said, the organization believes that he's going to outplay AAA at some point. That's a level that's not going to challenge him much, and so it's time to bring him up to the big leagues. So what he's tasked now is not to see how far he can hit the ball every time he comes up. But when he does hit it far, it goes a long way. I've seen the videos like you have, and I saw some in spring training. But, when he's not hitting home runs, what is he doing? Is he striking out? Is he making weak outs? Can he get a runner in from third with less than 2 outs? I mean, can he help us solve some of the issues that we've had offensively last year that just seemed to come easy last year? So, how does he hit with runners in scoring position? So that's a question that I have, looking simply through the lenses of how is he going to help the Royals win games when he's not hitting those towering home runs that everyone clicks on because they want to see another Kagleon home run. What is he doing when he's not hitting home runs? Is he still able to contribute to a win? And so I think that's another reason why, you put him down in the order, let him get comfortable, let him get used to the culture offensively that we had last year and we're trying to get back to this year.
No doubt, Ryan. We'll have a good call. Have a safe flight to St. Louis tonight, and we will be excited for the game at 6:45 east of the state. So enjoy it. We thank you for the time.
It's going to be fun. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ryan. Enjoy the birds.
That was Ryan Lefever, voice of the Royals there. I like what he had to say.
Yeah.
I like what he had to say about the whole situation, that where he looks at it from, which is kind of similar to what we were talking about when we looked at him at Omaha when Alex and I went. Yeah, the home run was there. We got that out of the way quickly, fortunately. And then it was, okay, he's down 0-2. He drew a walk. He got a sac fly. It doesn't really move the needle for a lot of people, but it's a productive out. It's a run that is scored. And again, like you said, AAA just was no longer a contest for Jack Kagleon. You're not going to gain anything being down there.
No, you're really not, and it's time. And there's no reason to keep him down there. The only reason you were keeping him down there is because you didn't want to pay him, the arbitration stuff that Sampson guy talked about. And that's no reason to keep down a baseball player who can help you at the big league ball club. And I really do think this is there are so many factors that have created this perfect storm, but I do think one of the biggest factors is we've got to give our guys inside that locker room a little bit of life, man. We got to show them a little bit of love. It's early. We can't go out there and make a trade at this point in time where we're going to bring somebody back that's going to be dynamic. They all know this kid. They all saw this kid. They're probably all talking about this kid. We need an infusion of offense right now. This is as much about Jack Kagleon being ready as much as it is them looking at the team and going, we're going to do something for you guys. You guys are struggling right now. We're going to throw this bone out there for you guys and help you out. And I think that this is one of those moves that you just kind of keep in the back of your mind and see what this team does after the addition of Jack Kagleon, because I think it's going to boost all of their spirits and take a lot of pressure off a lot of these guys in that lineup. And they also know that ownership and management has their back. and that's a big thing. You work a lot better knowing that management has got your back and they're willing to give you the resources to go out there and win. And John Sherman has showed he's willing to give those resources to JJ to go out there and win. It's great for those players inside that locker room.
It is a Tuesday, so coming up on the other side, it's Bob's Tuesday threesome for you. The text line, 913-586-7965, and for myself and Mac, Bob's Tuesday threesome on the other side here, 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Man, that's a really good threesome.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friend Dawn Sharp is awesome when it comes to the real estate industry, and so many people understand how good Dawn Sharp and her team are. And what if finding your dream home didn't have to feel like an uphill battle? For one family, that's exactly what happened when they connected with one of the agents from Dawn Sharp's homes team. From day one, what she provided was different. She didn't just show up, she listened. Listened to what they were looking for. Every question got a quick response. Every appointment was kept without fail. What could have been a month of stress and uncertainty became a smooth, supported journey from start to finish. That's the Dawn Sharp difference. The Sharp Homes team can give you so many different options, too. If you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold, feel free to do that. Contact them to discuss their instant offer program. In fact, contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. Google them, Sharp Homes team, and read from over 210 five-star Google and Zillow reviews, and you can see why in the last 12 months, Dawn and her team have sold over 150 homes, while the average agent sells 4 homes per year. Visit them at homesforsaleInKC.com. That's homesforsaleInKC.com and start packing.
Tiger, dragon, do you have what it takes to win? Be fierce like the tiger, strong like the dragon. Only the brave will survive.
Yeah, that's not how these games work. With Tiger and Dragon from the Kansas Lottery, you can win up to $125,000 or $100K in a second chance drawing.
You are weak.
Ouch. It's not a video game. It's better. Play Tiger and Dragon instant games from the Kansas Lottery.
Let's play.
Yeah, that works. See kslottery.com for details.
Psst. Hey, you. Wouldn't a Diet Coke at 7 a.m. totally hit? You know you can get that from Wendy's for just $1, right? Even you, girl drinking a Fanta on the way to 8 a.m. Pilates class. Any soda you want, any size, just $1. So go get that breakfast soda, you morning menace. But maybe hurry, 'cause it's only during breakfast. Morning soda? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Hawaii.
The kids are out of school for the summer, and they're having a lot of fun. How would you like to have a lot of fun this summer as well and not have to worry about making a mortgage payment for 2 months? When the kiddos are going back to school, then you can start paying your mortgage again. If that sounds great, then you need to call my friends over at Golden Oak Lending and take their free mortgage checkup. It's something my wife and I do twice a year. We talk to Tom over at Golden Oak Lending and say, hey, where are we? What's going on? What can we do better? What can we change with our financial goals? And they take you through that process. And they listen to everything that you say and talk to you about your financial goals. Maybe you have a wedding coming up. Maybe you've got college tuition. Maybe there's some big expenses and some home repairs or credit card debt that you just need to pay off. Golden Oak can help you reach those financial goals. And that's why their free mortgage checkup is so important. There's no paperwork. There's no credit card required. It's risk-free, and it's just a phone conversation. And the average cash-out customer with Golden Oak Lending saves $1,104 per month. Plus, you go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. So get started with that free mortgage checkup. You can visit them at goldenoaklending.com and use their Zipline tool, their fast and easy online mortgage tool, or better yet, have that conversation and tell them where you want to go in life. If they've got a mortgage that's better than what you're in, they'll let you know. And if they don't, they'll let you know that as well. And they'll never put you in a mortgage that isn't better than what you currently have. So call them today, 913-890-GOLD, and let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
But what he'll never have is the love I have for you.
What he'll never have. The smash hit from Dylan Scott appears on the brand new album, Easy Does It. The album also features the #1 song, This Town's Been Too Good to Us.
This town's been too good to us.
Until I Can't, I Will.
I'll do whatever it takes. Yeah, believe me when I say till I can't, I will.
Dylan Scott. Search, follow, and listen now on all music streaming services. Sponsored by Curb Records.
Not available in all states. Rates vary. Building a financial safety net for your family can be tough. But with term life insurance through Ethos, you can have peace of mind that they can pay the mortgage and other bills if something happens to you. With coverage in as little as 10 minutes, all online, Ethos finds your best rate across our multiple trusted carriers. Some policies as low as $1 a day billed monthly. And even in uncertain times, your term life insurance rates and payout don't change. Get a free quote at ethos.com/win. That's ethos.com/win.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 470 westbound, heavy from Pryor out towards Raytown Road with construction past View High taking away the left lane. 71 northbound is slow from 87th up towards Gregory. Southbound lane's a little slow approaching Gregory with an accident. Alan Carr, 96 pound, The Fan. Traffic.
Morning yet? Looks like it's 7:47 p.m.
Darker and darker out there now.
Just for Cags to light up the sky. I don't think it's supposed to get to St. Louis, though, for the game.
I think it's supposed to go, like, angled across the state.
Northeast, like, but up?
Yeah. Like, I don't think it, like, once you get past, I'm trying to think of a spot on the map, like, not Green Valley, but further east of there, I would imagine.
Like
maybe
Odessa?
Yeah, probably Odessa. You know, I think that's probably when it's going to clear up. But if you were headed north today, that'd be a different conversation. I think you'd be stuck in that. So hopefully the game doesn't get rained out. Everybody headed over there. I think it's going to be okay over in St. Louis today, and we'll get some baseball in.
It's moving more so like from Oklahoma to Chicago in that path.
That direction, yeah.
It just so happens that we're getting like the most brutal part of it here at about 9 o'clock.
And 3, 2, and 1. Oh, my God.
Well, the 913 says likely going to get rained out tonight, boys.
Okay.
So
really?
Sorry.
Okay.
Let me pull out my weather app here.
Just literally say weather in St. Louis. It's like 10% chance at 9 o'clock. At least that's what it said last night.
St. Louis, let's see. Hourly forecast today. Dusty chance of precipitation. It does raise a little bit to 20% around midnight.
So the game's at 6:45?
9 p.m., 0% chance. 0% chance at 8. 0% chance at 7. 0% chance at 6. Oh, we got a 10% chance at 10 p.m.
Gotcha.
That's a bunch of horse hockey.
Yeah.
That's the real weather forecast in St. Louis today. So for Mr. Mr. Roker out there, you're wrong.
Yeah, it'll be here, and then it's going to move like more north than it is going to be moving straight east. So let's get into your Tuesday threesome here.
It's just unbelievable. Sorry, the game's getting rained out. Literally no rain in the forecast, sir.
Yeah,
I don't care. I've got 3 things. Hibachi chicken and vegetables, which I made last night on the Blackstone.
You said it was a pass from everybody?
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was really
put
good.
It on the menu?
It was a pass?
No, I mean like it passed.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It was a smash.
Yeah.
It's now on the Fesco monthly menu.
But I thank Dusty because I would never bought that Japanese barbecue sauce,
good,
right? And Hy-Vee's got like 16 different flavors of this stuff. I'm like, which one do I buy?
You better empty that cabinet. You need space.
And the good thing about it is it wasn't, I thought it was going to be a thicker sauce. Like, I think the term barbecue sauce is a bad term, especially in Kansas City for that. It's a thin sauce.
But it's Japanese barbecue sauce.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But I didn't have any idea what Japanese barbecue sauce was. I'm ignorant
Until
on
it came
that one,
out.
right? Yeah, and I'm like, wait a second. This is more like a
Right.
soy sauce combination of something. But it was great. So, hibachi chicken and vegetables. Mike Trout in the Royals lineup, but it cost you boo bitch. Or one more night at Blockbuster Video.
Do we have the same answer?
I think we do.
3, 2, 1. Blockbuster Video.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think so.
Take me back to that nostalgia.
Nostalgia's going to win on
Did
this
you
one for
even
me.
go to? And I'm being serious about that. Are you old enough to have
Yeah, I
gone to
lived next to
Blockbuster?
We walked and we'd get the candy, get our movie. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
So many
Up until I was
great
probably
things.
like 12, 11.
Okay, because I started dating my wife in 06, and we had a Blockbuster over in Waldo at the time. Well, I guess it was more Brookside there. And then we had like the home, like Bill's Video Store or whatever it was in Waldo. I can't remember
Where
the
they
name
had
of
like
it.
the black curtain of the naughty videos.
Of course, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And that was 06. That's the last time I remember going to a video store and renting a video. It was like 2006. So that's why I asked. Are you sure you're old enough for that?
Yeah.
There was nothing.
I was going to say, I was a kid. I was probably 10.
I mean, there was nothing better than a Friday, right?
Probably written video games.
Yep, video games, movies, probably kids' movies. Yep,
Yeah,
but
we
definitely
always
video games.
We always went, and we would get 2, sometimes 3 movies, depending on if you had like the free rental with your rewards card. Parents all had it in their wallet, like clear
it was
outline.
Blockbuster. Yeah.
Every parent had one
It
of those
was
in their
on
wallet.
the like the laminator
Keychain.
downstairs.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I wonder if I think I still probably have my Blockbuster card somewhere.
Gosh, and every once in a while you got lucky at Blockbuster, and you'll probably remember what I mean by this. Because you'd go get like a hot commodity item, which was a good movie that came out. Somebody had a big movie in the theater. Now it's available on video, and they'd be sold out. All that would be there was just the movie cover with no Blockbuster video on the back of it. And then you go to the counter and say, were there any returns? And the guy would look in the little case, like, oh, we got one right here. You're like, hot dog, baby. Yeah, we got one.
It's like baseball cards for you now, right? Like it was kind of the thrill. But like when I was a kid, you rented movies at the grocery store, and they had a wall maybe the size of that door, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they
Flip
had
through.
like one of every movie. And
Oh, yeah.
anytime they had Back to the Future, man, I had to rent that and beg my mother to rent Back to the Future. And if you got that was like you hit a jackpot.
Oh, so
and then
great.
Blockbuster came along, they had like 45 of the same movies. And you're like, all right, the thrill of the hunt isn't there, but you always seemingly got what you wanted, you know?
And it always said, please be kind and rewind.
Or they charge you 50 cents, 75 cents. I mean, you talk about things of the past that just will never be back.
That's
the
one.
video store. Now, I don't know. Have you guys watched the Blockbuster documentary on
course.
Netflix? I mean, obviously.
not.
Oh, God. There's one
remaining.
left.
Is it in Alaska?
Still
No,
there?
it's
Okay.
like Oregon somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they show like the development of it, and they show a map of it all like popping up throughout, and then it like fast forwards the clock, and it shows them all dissipating.
I mean, I'm
We
sure
hit
they
it.
brought up the Netflix thing of them not buying Netflix and all that.
Yeah, they had the it did. Like,
Jeez.
Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix, and they thought it was a fad.
What a fumble.
I also
You
read
were the fad, Blockbuster.
Yeah, I read a stat on Uber Facts that the Lion King video game on Sega Genesis was purposely made to not be able to beat it, so that when you rented it, you would have to end up buying it if you wanted to beat the game. And that game was so hard.
That's brilliant.
You had to ride the
Great move.
ostriches and stuff with Simba and Nala. You could not beat that game. It was so hard. But yeah, the creators of the Lion King game for Sega Genesis purposely made it almost impossible to like beat in 3 days or whatever it was. So you couldn't beat it. You had, if you wanted to beat it, so you got like to the last level, you had to go buy it. And they did it purposely
That's
for you.
great.
Marketing 101,
Yeah,
baby.
it is. Did Dallas Cowboys, baby.
Because if anybody remembers that game on Sega Genesis, you know how impossible that game was. You'd play like the first level, you're like, all right, got it, used to it. Use the roar to scare off the bugs or whatever it was, and then the next level it was like you hopped on the back of an ostrich and you couldn't do it.
Right.
Dude. It was terrible. It was, man. that
I've
game was
not
so
heard
hard.
that backstory, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Way to go, Disney. You win. You always do.
And Blockbuster, you could always get your popcorn, your candy.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, it was
all
a
there,
one-stop,
man.
and everybody was in the place. You know, on Friday nights.
Friday night at 5:30, and then when Papa Murphy's came out, it was a game changer. Because you'd hit the Papa Murphy's in the same shopping center with Blockbuster, in, out, pizza, movie, goodbye.
You're done.
Heck yeah.
That was a Friday night
awesome.
back in the day.
At
Kids don't do that anymore.
No. 913 says Blockbuster Video on a Friday night when everyone was picking up their weekend rentals was Facebook and Twitter before Facebook and Twitter.
That's a great text. That's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's true.
Day off.
Yep.
Yes.
Now the best place to go is 2:30 Target clearance aisle on a Tuesday.
At 2:30?
I don't know what it is, man. That's when.
Are you being serious about that?
Yes. I know that I'm hard. Oh yeah. I'm just looking for some incense. Oh, fancy seeing you here. You smell like hickory wood from Jack Stack. Look at the outfit, lady.
Yeah.
We doing this or not? I'm just kidding.
So I'm surprised you didn't go Mike Trout because that's your boy, Dusty.
I mean, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Did you
You
see
would do
that
that?
bomb last night?
455.
He's got 3 games back. 2 of the 3 games, he's got 3 or more hits.
It would have gone through the monster.
It would have. I mean, that thing's still going, man. Like, that was a bomb last night. He may get traded.
He should.
He should, yeah. The Angels should try to rebuild their franchise with him.
No time.
No, with him using him to get pieces to rebuild their franchise.
I'm not sure what that value is anymore.
I don't know.
But it could be massive. How much does Cags' first start matter? We ask you that question now, and we visit on the other side here on Fesco and Dusty on 96.5, The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5, The Fan.
Well, I can tell you what, I know a lot of folks are out there suffering with that joint pain, right? And now it's summertime, and the last thing you want to do is not being able to do what you want to do during the summer because you've got that joint pain in your knees or your hip or your back. I mean, think about it. You love playing pickleball, right? What if you can't because you got joint pain? Or maybe you just dread walking up the stairs and you're sleeping on the couch at night because of that joint pain. Well, at QC Kinetics, they've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. And the big focus in America today, as we know, is on your health. And more people are looking beyond pills, beyond steroids, and beyond surgery. And using regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics, they have helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment, but now it's mainstream. And QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. So you need to call them today and take advantage of the ability to get a free consultation and say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. It's the summer. You want to be outside. You don't want to be in pain. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. Appointments available on Saturday as well at QC Kinetics.
We're hiring residential garage door installers at Overhead Door Company of Kansas City. Join the team trusted here since 1927. Apply today, get a call today. No experience necessary. Paid training for motivated applicants to install garage doors. Hiring bonus up to $2,500. Mechanical, carpentry, or service industry experience is a plus. Good benefits include health, dental, vision, and pension. Earn as you learn to service the best garage door customers in KC. Apply today at overheaddoorkc.com.
Summer savings are here at Going Gone by Dick's Sporting Goods. Score up to 70% off styles from top brands like Nike, Adidas, Jordan, Kagleon, and more. Discover new markdowns and arrivals every week. Hurry in and save big on summer styles at your Going Gone.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-3899. That's 800-518-3899. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent fountain and frozen drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, or dig between your couch cushions, or ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. We take those too. 89-cent frozen and fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Stay comfortable year-round with expert HVAC install, $0 down payments from $150 a month. Schedule now at AnthonyPHC.com. On the Missouri East Side, the heavy spot 470 westbound as you head from Pryor out past View High Drive, where construction takes away the left lane, keeps it sluggish over to Raytown Road. Money-back guarantees and parts and labor warranties mean you aren't just buying products, you're securing your investment. For a limited time, receive a free furnace when you purchase an AC. Schedule your complimentary proposal online at AnthonyPHC.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Listen to Jack Kagleon's debut tonight with Vern's On Deck show, starting at 5:30. First pitch at 6:45. Right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFNZ FM and AM. HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station.
Back in on Fesco and Dusty. McMurray with you as well on a Tuesday. Look at that. I think it is already starting to dump out here.
Is it? It looks like it's getting clearer, actually. It's not as dark as it was 20 minutes ago.
The windows are drenched.
Are they? Oh, I can't tell. Oh, my God, they are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they are.
Kagleon debuted tonight in St. Louis. Kag's first start as the biggest thing that ever happened in Royals history, according to Dusty. Yep, because I said those exact words, so thanks for listening. No, it's the biggest debut since Bobby Witt Jr., which was 2 years ago.
Right.
So
who's debuted since then that we need to get excited about, right?
Ben Rave.
Yeah, that's a nice. Yeah, that's fine.
It's a nice.
I like.
Yeah.
My wife.
And cheese.
And what is this?
Cheese.
And what is this?
Cheese.
And what is this?
Provel.
And what is this?
But no,
and how you say this?
Yeah, cheese. And you said that obviously expectations will be through the roof for this guy because obviously who he is. He's a big superstar when it comes to the prospect list. You could have watched yesterday. It was a story on many platforms. Even made a special appearance on Pat McAfee's show. It made its way all the way through yesterday, buying breaks for cards. You could hear guys talking, all right, guys, because they're selling their product to get money on bids. And they're, all right, we got Jack's big debut tomorrow. Let's start bidding on these cards, hoping you get a Royals. And every time there would be these teams that go in, the Royals would still be there. You'd start to see. And I showed Mac a live video of this guy, what his bid was. And somebody bid like $275 at 6 o'clock this morning on a Royals slot for the Jack Kagleon hopeful one-of-one auto, but more will come with that as the season goes along with people that will start revealing what they win with Jack Kagleon.
It really is those penny auctions for this baseball card stuff.
Sure. Yeah. I'll show you during the break what it looks like. You'll look at it and be like, I wish you would. It's like peanut butter and chocolate.
Is it? I don't know anything that good.
Yeah, true.
Ryan made a great comparison with Lefever when he was on with us at 7:30. If you missed that, you can grab the podcast on the Odyssey app. And he talked about the Paul Skeens comparison a little bit and said, like, people in Kansas City knew who Paul Skeens was. People in baseball now or around baseball or sports fans, they know who Jack Kagleon is. And Ryan was right about that. I remember back when I first started in this business and him and I kind of came up together right around the same time. He was a year or two ahead of me. But I would buy the Prospect Handbook every year for Baseball America. And that's, the internet wasn't as big as it was and the coverage of all this stuff wasn't there. And like every January, much like Nudie Magazine Day for Binkley when he ran to the bookstore last week,
he did actually.
He did. And I told him, I said, Jay, you're a little early. Yeah. There's not going to be many college football magazines at the bookstore yet, right? Do you know how many magazines were there? None. Jay's got to go back for Nudie Magazine Day. But that's the way it was for me. I would pre-order the Prospect Handbook, and you'd have it, and you'd know who these guys were because it was part of the job. Now, baseball and all sports, everybody's involved all the time because of the access to everything. We all know who these guys are now. And so when they do come up, people are excited about it because if you're a sports fan, you heard about Paul Skeens. And obviously he dated Livy Dunn. Stop sending me pictures of her every 10 minutes, please.
Sorry. Peanut butter and chocolate. I know that I'm hard.
I mean, it is for me, right?
Hall pass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. I just want to win. She would be fine. Shamar Moore, Paul Skeens, whoever you want, Jen, go for it. Everybody gets a hall pass.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, right.
You can have 5 to my 1. You can have 10 to my 1.
Yeah, as long as Livy's my 1, you can have all the people you want, right? So we all knew who he was because he was, unbelievable in college, had Livy Dunn, social media star, and then dominated, right? In the minors and came up. And that's where Jack Kagleon is. People who are sports fans know this guy because we saw him dominate. We saw him drafted. Then we saw him dominate in the minor leagues. He's a good-looking kid. He could be the face of baseball. And people now know who these young prospects are. And I think there's going to be a lot of excitement nationally for Jack Kagleon tonight.
Oh, yeah. It'll be all over St. Louis out there tonight because obviously it's Tuesday in the middle of June, start of June. So there's probably the biggest thing going on tonight is Kagleon making his debut because of where he ranks on the prospect list.
What else is going on in sports right now? Because last night was a dead stick, right? There was nothing going on in sports last night. It's one of those nights where 8 o'clock bed, see you later, not missing anything. This is the story now because the NBA doesn't begin till Thursday. When does the hockey thing start? The finals of the Stanley Cup? Is that even, do we even know?
Wednesday.
So today's another day. This should be the biggest story in sports right now. Unless Saquon Barkley's making cheesesteaks again.
Right. And this all goes back with Kagleon to the LeBron effect. And I know that I'm not comparing athletes, but LeBron was the first high school athlete that was pretty much put on your TV at a pretty regular base. Every time that LeBron was doing something at St. Mary St. Vincent, hell, I remember his game was on ESPN, and I watched it because he was the story. And then there was a little bit of that with Bryce Harper. And all you really knew with Bryce Harper was that he was 16 years old playing in Las Vegas, and he blew a kiss to a pitcher, and there was one video of it that you had to search forever on YouTube to find it. And then he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and it was The Prince That's Promised, or whatever the title of the magazine was. And then since then, people really started to dive in on how to show what the future is. And, I go back to what Alex has told me with the card game, and that's why people are invested in these prospects is because they have something that has led to that. I also take the FIFA analogy that I have. I couldn't have told you 10 years ago who played. Nowadays, I don't play anymore, but I couldn't have told you who played for what club was in what league, what this team was about. And then I started playing FIFA and I started getting addicted to the game and addicted to players and figure out who these players were. And then I talked to someone who had more than half a sense of soccer knowledge, and I would talk to them about it. They'd be like, "Oh, so you're a big soccer fan?" It's well, because of FIFA. They're makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
but that's brought a lot of people to that game too.
Right.
Sure,
no doubt. And then, you talk to somebody about Kagleon because you follow cards, he's got a 1-of-1 auto, or he's got this, reflector card that's worth, whatever that I'm trying to find. It's you know a lot about Kagleon. You're well, yeah, because of the cards. You're well, let me tell you what he's done, what his exit velo is, where he's supposed to play. Rusty Kuntz got him developed in right field, all this sort of stuff. So I think that's there when you look at expectations from all aspects of it. People that are invested in him in rare cards hope that he does take off because then that value skyrockets. People that are diehard Royals fans like us that watch this team play, that want to see this team be productive, are hoping he skyrockets because then all of a sudden you might have a monster in Kagleon and the third best baseball player in Bobby Witt, and the future is 2-3.
And how does baseball maximize the card game right now and translate
They
into
don't have
that
to. It's
eyeballs?
already there. It's already there.
But are people watching the games and going to the games, or
that I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, they're in tune to the game, but whether that is via
are they consuming the game, or are they just consuming the cards? Because if they're consuming the cards, that's fine. Everybody's got a hobby. I get all that, and I have no issue with that whatsoever.
I think it's one of those one can't exist without the other type of situations. You have to be in tune. Now, you may not be going and spending money on a ticket.
That's what I'm talking.
But what you will do is,
how does Major League Baseball convert the card guy into a paying customer?
You start letting people know when players are available for autographs pregame.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Hey, it's well known that, and spread it like wildfire. Hey, you have an opportunity. Now, I'm not saying that Jack's going to be out there tonight because we know that they want to make everything seem so normal for him.
Right. Maybe
he is. Maybe he isn't. That's kind of his call. That's kind of PR's call. So whatever they want to do with that. But they can let people know when, more, I guess a lot of people know the gates open up an hour early before every game, but you can let people know when that happens all the time. Or, hey, if,
Or what you do is, I hate to do it this way, but you sell an extra voucher for the first, I don't know how long it takes to sign an autograph, which somebody would be comfortable doing. But before a game, today is Jack Kagleon autograph day. We're selling 100 vouchers to get Jack's autograph. Have to have a ticket to the game.
Right.
To get that voucher, you have to buy that special ticket that includes the voucher, to get the autograph. I think maybe that's a way you can do it because you don't need to do it for the folks that are already there. You've already got them, right? Yeah. But I feel like a lot of baseball card collectors, and I could be wrong about this, are just collecting the cards. They're not going to the game. Maybe they're not consuming the game. How does baseball take that next step? Because that's where I am. I'm always thinking, all right, you got these guys that are involved in the cards. How do we create them into paying customers for you to continue to grow this game,
Well, baseball doesn't know how to grow itself.
Well, and that's
We'll see what they do with, for instance, not saying this is my expectations, but let's say Kagleon goes out there tonight. I'm just through the roof expectations right here. This is the highest possible ceiling could be. He makes a sliding grab in right field, grass-stained jersey all over, comes up in the bottom of the second, hitting sixth in the lineup, has a guy on, and hits a 440-foot home run in his first at-bat. Baseball's got their face. What they do with that at that very moment, I don't know. Because like you said, you have NHL playoffs on Wednesday. Doesn't sell to a lot of people. A ton of hockey fans, but
it's the Stanley Cup Finals.
Right.
People pay attention.
So you'll have that. Yeah. Then you have the NBA on Thursday, And meanwhile, Kagleon will still play Wednesday night and Thursday night or Thursday day or whatever it is in St. Louis. So if he does do something like that, then you have that moment, and then that gains notoriety for your face. But baseball won't do that. Baseball doesn't need what they think. They probably don't think they need the card game because they have the ego of without us, it doesn't exist. Whereas the card game's like, I don't need diehard fans for you guys. I've got 45 people in my lobby bidding $85, $90 every single spin.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things where the collab is there because it's one's not there without the other, but also the other doesn't need the other at the moment.
But you know what? That's a fallacy to look at it that way.
Sure.
You should be embracing this. Both sides should be embracing it. But really, baseball should be embracing the card game as much as they can and turning those collectors that aren't going into games into paying customers. And I think you do that. You know, take a page from the Savannah Bananas. These guys are in the crowd signing autographs. I'm not saying Bobby Witt has to be up there in between innings signing autographs, or Jack Kagleon has to be up in there between innings signing autographs. But imagine if he was, and what kind of difference that would make for so many fans. Hey, Jack's going to be in the crowd in the third inning signing autographs tonight. Buy your tickets now. You would sell a bunch of tickets to get people to go out there and try to meet him, or Bobby Witt's one night, or Vinny's one night, or Salvi's one night, or however you want to do it. That seems to be where a lot of people are headed, is towards that card game and towards the autograph game on those cards. And if you can get something like that and offer somebody like that in stadium, that's how you were able to grow that game and take the baseball card collector and turn them into that fan that you want.
Somebody says this is the biggest night in St. Louis since the Rams left. And then someone from the A16 says, make a golden ticket card for where when you get into the game, if you have the card, you would be rewarded the autograph card. That's like the rarity. So
like
the problem is you'd see half those get sold on eBay for $4,000. Like his cards are going for insane amounts.
But that's fine. Once you get the card, you do what you want with it.
Sure.
It's like Stephon Diggs. Once you make it to the NFL, if you like to listen to Cardi B music, you go ahead. And so I think like that's a good idea to hide the card in the stadium type of thing, and then you have to have a ticket to find this. I mean, could you imagine the mass chaos that would take place?
It just reminds me of like bourbon hunting is what the card game reminds me of. It's what it reminds. Just you got to be in the right place at the right time, or you got to get lucky. And that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Coming up on the other side, I want to get to what Vern had to say yesterday because he joined our show. Plus, who has more pressure to deliver, Kagleon or the Chiefs' offensive line? We get into that as well on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you guys, ED is an intimacy destroyer. Research shows that men can draw apart from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The condition causes stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can even blame themselves when ED becomes a problem. Remember that first time you failed to perform in the bedroom? You probably just laughed it off and it wasn't that big a deal. But then it happened a second time, a third time, or maybe even more, and now you know it's a problem. The good news? Heartland Men's Health has treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. So schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and their new office in North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. And if Dad's miles away this Father's Day, Booth Creek Wagyu delivers rich, tender steak straight to his door with free shipping through June 8th on orders of $99 or more. Because nothing says I love you like world-class Wagyu beef. Now with 2 locations open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com, changing the way America eats beef.
I can hear it right now. It's going on in every household around Kansas City. Rain day. It's summer vacation. What are we going to do with the kiddos? Well, the answer to that question is foaling. Or you're thinking to yourself, I got a birthday party coming up. I want to do something fun and different. I don't know what to do. Foaling is the answer to that question. Maybe you've got a work event that you're trying to schedule, a team building activity, and you're thinking, what could we do this year? Foaling is the answer to that question as well. Foaling is the answer to all of your what are we going to do questions, because foaling is perfect for everyone. one. Football plus bowling plus bar equals Fowling Warehouse, Kansas City. It's a mashup of football and bowling, drinks, and fun. You're going to set up the bowling pins just like you're going to go bowling. Instead of bowling, you're going to throw the football at them. You're going to knock all the pins down, re-rack it, and do it again. And then if you hit the bonk pin, the middle pin, the 5 pin, all by itself and knock it down, the horn goes off, you put your name on the wall, and everybody celebrates with you. And Fowling is perfect for parties because you can cater your own event. You can bring the food in or have it ordered and delivered to Fowling. And they've got an awesome bar, great cocktails, and unbelievable beer selection. It is the perfect place for everything on your What Are We Gonna Do menu. So reserve a lane now at FowlingKC.com. That's FowlingKC.com. And get your Fowl on.
Don't let clogged drains slow you down. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 5-star reviews ensures your peace of mind. Visit callhamilton.com for detailed terms and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
Allstate knows your home means everything to you, and you'll do anything to protect it. But not just with any protection. You want insurance that'll be there for you and your family when you need it most. And that's what Allstate's been doing for over 60 years. So check Allstate first for home insurance you can rely on. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Coverage subject to terms, qualifications, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because we know in making the most of your home, DIY doesn't just stand for do it yourself. It also means dream it yourself. And we're here to help protect the dreams you're building. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
71 northbound, heavy right now from 27th Street up towards downtown. There's an accident around 18th Street with the left lane blocked. East side 70 westbound, slow rolling from 31st Street. Pretty heavy out towards Jackson Avenue. Construction takes away the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Drive safe. It's dumping out there. It looks like everybody's in a boat driving on Shawnee Mission Parkway.
I can't see because we have the blinds closed, but I saw you kind of peering through. I do, yeah. I actually do want to see what's going on out there.
You want to see it?
Show me the cars that are driving like a boat. Oh, the tree's in the way now. That tree wasn't as big 15 years ago, Dusty. All right, there we go. A lot of
And of
people
course,
staying in,
nobody's
right?
driving.
Nobody's out, right? Open those windows. Let me see the cars.
Not one car.
Not one. Oh, okay. There's one.
There's
Yeah,
one.
kind of floating by a little bit.
Here they come. Watch this. It's like a boat race.
Yeah, and then all the people behind him are getting the afterburners of the water
That's
and
right.
everything like that. Have fun out there today. Be safe.
What, in St. Louis?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
you'll get out of this. I mean, I just saw a tweet from our friends over at Fox 4. They said that there's going to be no rain in St. Louis. So, again, now we've got the TV weather people backing us up, except for the guy in the text line who says it is going to rain. Maybe he knows. I don't know. Maybe he's got a gauge.
He says, nice butt, does he? I have no ass. I have like a can's ass. It's just flat and there's nothing there. I want to play this audio of Vern because I thought he did it well yesterday when he explained the expectations you should have.
I expect him to be replaced late in games defensively. If you find yourself in a one-run game, I don't think you're going to keep him out there in right field, so you're going to lose the bat. That could come back and bite you in a few games. You know, the concern that the team had with Kags was chase rate, swinging outside the zone. But again, he's so big and so strong that even when he would swing outside the zone, Dusty, I think you guys saw it on Friday, his final single was a fastball on the shoe tops, and he just laced it to center field because, again, he's so big, so strong, and so immensely talented. You know, if you have a high chase rate, that can be exploited at the big leagues. You know, we see plenty of guys get here, learn that lesson that they were unable to learn in Omaha, and ultimately need to go back to AAA to work on that issue before returning back to the big leagues. But again, Kags is immensely talented. Do I expect him to be a 320 hitter like he was throughout his minor league career? No. But as J.J. Cooper told Cody and Gold last week, this is a guy that, is going to hit 250, 260, but could lead Major League Baseball in home runs and will certainly wear out the gaps at Kauffman Stadium. So, yeah, my expectations are for him to be a threat. Someone that in the pitchers meeting tomorrow morning in St. Louis, his name comes up very quickly. We can't let Bobby beat us, and this Kags kid has legit pop.
So that was Vern yesterday on the expectations. I thought it was key when he said about the defensive substitution. That will 100% happen, right? So that'll be, interesting to see when that develops. If he does hit 6 in this lineup,
What if he DHs tonight?
I wouldn't hate that.
No.
I wouldn't necessarily hate that. Let him, but I think, again, it goes back to what Vern has said before. Like, you don't bring this guy up to be a DH.
No,
like,
you don't.
bring
He's
this guy
gotta
up, get his action going, and the first play in the bottom of the first inning will be a fly ball to right field.
Absolutely. First batter of the game, it will be a fly or like a liner to right or something, and he'll make it like a sliding catch, and there'll be some kind of craziness that takes place. But the baseball always finds the new person. I mean, it is without a doubt.
What was the first play of the opening day at Kauffman Stadium? Hard line
Right
drive
to
to
India.
India.
Yeah. No, it does. Like, baseball's weird like that, man.
No doubt.
You can say, oh, come on, you guys are full of it. But no, it's true. Like, the ball always finds the young guy. It always finds the new person right away. And so, yeah, absolutely. In the first inning, he will make a play on something. But I'm with Vern, too. I play him in the outfield. You're going to need this guy. Every day that goes by where he doesn't play in the outfield is one day that you've wasted not getting him better, because he's not clearly at all a finished outfield product. And so the more that he can play and get those reps, that's a lot of times they leave guys down in the minor leagues longer than what we expect, is because they're not going to get those reps at the big league level, and it's better to go down and play every day. Well, if you're bringing Jack Kagleon up, the same thing, I think anyway, applies. You play this guy every day. You let him go out there and make his mistakes. It's not that big a deal. Somebody else will pick him up, and all of this will pay off, in the next couple of months and years from now when Jack Kagleon's the face of the franchise,
Right. Because you have huge plans tonight, I think. Well, obviously.
Yeah, we are. We're going to watch the game, actually. A bunch of us are getting Max actually coming out of the house. He heard there were Girl Scout cookies, and the only way he was going to get them is he showed up. So we're going to Maloney's. Table 4 is where we're going to be tonight and watch the
Table
game.
4 always?
I don't know, but Jen just told me, because we call them reserved. We know a person down there and got a reserved, and Mac asked for it to be roped off. Can you, he told Jen, he says, could you please have the table roped off so nobody talks to me tonight?
Yes, please.
I'm wanting to know, because obviously we'll all do the show tomorrow, but we'll all three in different areas. I'll be in St. Louis. You guys will be live in Kansas City watching at Maloney's.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to know what the vibe of the place is.
I am too.
Me too.
I wonder if it's going to be a big night for bars.
You ain't grilling.
No, not tonight.
Sorry. So with people going, it'll be known when he's up. And I believe in Bob at this moment. If everybody's chirping and he's coming to the plate, to stand up and be like, hey, shut up. Big deal right here. So I am interested to know from like a perspective of if you're going to be at your house tonight, because you're not going to have any sort of practice tonight in the metro area, it would look like
that's the thing. Like if you got swim meets tonight,
not happening.
None of that's happening tonight. You're not going outside tonight.
Nothing.
No, you're just
so
not.
I'm wondering if it's appointment television for a lot of people tonight when you have the TV. Like, did you buy the app today? Did you subscribe to the FanDuel TV channel today? Did he do that for you? Are you going to be in your living room or wherever you may be at 6:45 tonight waiting for him to hit? Because I think he's going to hit 6th. We talked to Lefever. He said he couldn't see him hitting any higher than 6th. It's 5th, 6th is somewhere in that spot for Kagleon.
Yeah, he thought 6. He said 1 through 5 is pretty solid. I mean, and yes, it is in name, but not production-wise now.
Yeah, they have at least... This is going to sound moronic for me. They've earned that spot. They've been on the team. They made the roster. It's going to be India, Witt, Vinny, Sal, Michael, Jack.
Right. I would think so. And then,
and
7,
then
8,
probably
9,
Waters,
Isbell, Massey.
Yeah. I think
maybe
somewhere around there.
So,
right. And if things go like the Royals' bats have gone, I would assume second inning, top of the second, will be there.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 in the first, 4, 5, 6 in the second. Yeah.
So he'll probably hit second in the 5th, just if they were to go through the order in a normal pace. In the 2nd, in the 5th, and then maybe the 8th. But I wonder if that second or that third at bat, like Vern had said, will not be there because they will sub him out for a defensive replacement.
Why do we think that though? Why do
if
we
it's
think
close
if it's
and you're
close
trying to win games right now,
yeah.
you're going to put your best defensive guy out in right field, and that normally would happen in the 7th or the 8th because you're not missing a bat. Now, obviously, if it works out perfectly and he hits in the 7th, and then all of a sudden you go into the 8th, it's like, all right, let him hit. But if he's not due up, I think they would make the substitution.
Yeah, and they may make the substitution anyway, especially if it's a game, because it's you're not balancing what's best for Jack today versus winning a ball game. You're just not. You got to get some wins. This team needs some wins. There's no doubt that this team needs some wins right now. They need that infusion, and that's hopefully what Jack can do. Give them that, that infusion. I mean, we're 2 months through the season. We're more than a third of the way through. It's now officially the dog days of the baseball season, right? All the newness is worn off, and the summer's here, and people are doing their summertime activities. So the dog days have set in. You need to rejuvenate your roster every once in a while and give the guys something fun, right? And this is something fun. And, it's like, having the, surprise office pizza party. Build up the morale of the people around you. Take your whole office out and get them, drunk and, whatever you want to do. Like, you got to have those morale boosters. This is kind of a morale booster, I think, for the team. You need these every so often, especially during a long baseball season where it becomes mundane and it becomes, oh, God, I got to go out there and do it again, and I'm struggling and I don't want to go to the ballpark. Hey, Jack's here now. Oh, cool. I'm excited.
Are they
Jack Facts?
I don't know if they're doing. Are they still in OTAs? That's how.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So Mahomes could get to St. Louis tonight.
Yeah, he won't though.
But he'll go to the one.
I would imagine he's. Well, I don't know if I don't know when OTAs are done because as soon as that thing is over, I think mandatory minicamp is next week, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Right, and once that's over, peace out, bro. See you in St. Joe for everybody.
Yep, exactly.
I know Kelsey's got to get up there, check on that minor league football team he purchased. But it's like peace out time. So next week is it for football until we get up to St. Joe. I think, right?
I think, and I think there's some sort of media availability tomorrow for OTAs because I know I'll be there tomorrow because Spec wants to be there. So maybe Mahomes
he wants you at OTAs.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you got to cut your teeth, dog.
Huge stuff.
Wow.
See if you can run routes.
They need me.
Yeah. So right field tonight, I believe, and hitting 6 will be my guess for Kagleon. That's what I'm going to shoot in the dark. DraftKings does have odds out. He's plus 650 to hit a home run tonight. I've already put $10
That's where to bet
on
it. That's where to bet it then. Damn.
Plus 650 for Kagleon to hit a home run tonight. But I think Mahomes will be at the game next Tuesday. It's New York. He's got a pretty good friend of his that loves the New York Yankees. I believe.
What day is that game?
Tuesday.
I think we'll probably know about a stadium maybe by then. Oh. Maybe he will be there.
Hell yeah.
Maybe. Hell if I know. I mean, I've known more than Asperia did, but whatever.
You can also listen to the game on 96.5.
Yeah, listen
tonight.
to it in case you have indoor activities. There may be volleyball or basketball taking place.
Or if
inside.
you have a covered patio, you can sit out, put on the old radio, put on Vern's pregame show at 5:30, get you ready for the Jack Kagleon debut tonight.
Sit in the garage and, pull the cars out, sit in the garage, watch the rain, listen to the game.
Nothing better than that.
Nothing screams old man more than that.
Nothing screams
and nothing screams fun, too.
No doubt. Nothing screams young man. By the way, I did text Alex Gold, how's the weather? He said, nothing here. I said, how about tonight? Have yet to get a report back. So the weather in St. Louis so far, great. The weather here, not so great.
I mean, is it still nighttime?
It feels like it. Feels like a Mac Morty nap. But
I don't remember it being this dark in the middle of the day in a long time.
It wasn't this dark when we got here.
No, it really wasn't. No.
I'm not kidding.
Well, let's light it up with one word then.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor.
You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is One Word on Fesco and Dusty.
Oh, yeah. Big sports night here in Kansas City as the I-70 series gets started. It's already a big deal, but Jack Kagleon makes his debut tonight. Everyone wants to see him go yard. One word on Kags making his debut tonight.
Next. He's the next guy that we can count on for this franchise to be somebody we can rally around, somebody we can buy a jersey of, somebody that can be a face of. So I'm going to say next with Kags.
Awesome. From all aspects. It's an awesome addition to this putrid lineup. It's an awesome story for the kid who was drafted less than a year ago. It's awesome for the fan base. You get another potential superstar on your hometown roster. And abysmal Kansas City, small market Kansas City sport. You go from Kelsey and Mahomes to possibly Bobby Witt Jr. and Kagleon. Awesome.
And you get to be there. That'll be awesome, man.
For sure.
One word on this Jack Kagleon audio. This is from Jeff Passan. He was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday talking about Kags.
The reason that the Royals hadn't called him up at this point is because he was adjusting to a new position in the outfield, and they wanted to see improvement in the chase. The guy is so skilled, though, 6'5", 250 pounds, like absolute unit. And even if he does not, get off to like an incredible start, he's going to hit a ball 450, 475 feet. Just like that you're going to see and say, oh my God, how does a human being do that? And when you have him and Bobby Witt Jr. in the same lineup together, if Jack Kagleon is what evaluators believe he's going to be, the Royals are going to have perennial MVP candidates hitting back-to-back in that lineup.
There's baseball insider Jeff Passan on Jack Kagleon. One word.
Who?
Dusty, one word.
Monster. I think the guy can literally be a monster. Like he said in that clip, he's going to hit a home run at one point, 440 some feet, and it's going to be the clip on the internet, and everybody's going to see it in a Royal uniform, and the truth will be there. I mean, to get it, I'm all in on this kid. I understand that, but I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen enough from what I can tell, his demeanor, his presence, his attitude, his riz. It's all there. It all clicks, and the bat just hits the ball harder from his stance, and it just sounds like an absolute piss missile. So, monster. Yeah, a left-handed Pete Alonso is what a source told me last night, which we've heard before from J.J. Piccolo.
Bob?
Next.
All righty. One word on this. First off, just so you know, you said plus 650 for your home run odds.
Yeah.
Now on FanDuel, I don't know if you remember this morning, it was plus 460. Now on FanDuel, plus 600. So I made the bet too early. I don't know what happened in the past hour and a half that it jumped like that. But yeah, weird jumping odds there for Jack Kagleon. One word on this audio that we heard from our guy, Jerston, right?
Jersley.
Thank you. Yeah, Jersley over for the Storm Chasers. Yeah, for the Storm Chasers. One word on this audio of him telling Kags, you're called up.
All right, seriously, how do you feel?
Good.
You feel a little tired because you've been doing a lot of stuff.
Like, not bad.
I mean, you've been doing outfield stuff, and you've been taking your ground balls.
Russ has been working me, but it's been good.
So you think you feel like you're at the point where you could help, like them up there? You think you could?
Yeah.
All right, well then you can get on the a charter tomorrow night and go with them. St. Louis. Holy crap. So what do you think?
Oh, that sounds great.
Just remember, it's still a game. It's baseball.
Yeah.
It's a little higher level, but you know you can play.
Yeah. Shoot, player.
All right, give me a hug.
Oh, yeah. I need to call my dad.
What did you think when I started talking to you?
I mean, I was like, damn, it's probably for hitting my knob against the stair. It's like,
I heard that.
I was like, damn.
I heard that.
But, oh, no way.
Go call your dad.
All right, there's a lot to I mean, obviously it's awesome to hear that, but my one word is jersh, because that was like, you think you can help these guys? Yeah. Then get your ass on the plane and go help them. Then almost like one of those like, oh, you think you can help these guys score? Fine, then get up. No, but seriously, you're getting called up. I like
your
that.
flight.
Yeah, very great. Emotional. I mean, you think of your pops in that situation. He's been there your whole life, probably prepping you for this day. The day is finally there, and then the shoot player. That's the best drop of that whole thing.
Shoot player.
And then I love how he throws Rusty under the bus. Yeah, I mean, Rusty's been working me a lot, but, other than that, everything's great. Rusty's been out there, that fungo. He's like, hey, man, I got one job. That's to get you ready for June 3rd.
And that's it. See, that's the thing with Rusty, right? Like, he's the guy who's got the empty nest now, has got nothing else to do. He's been assigned this, and he's dialed in on this. And Cags is like, don't you have any other guys to work with? And he's like, nope.
Somebody from the 913 says, where can I watch this? It'll be on repeat all day. It's on our Instagram page. The Royals released it yesterday on Twitter, on their handle, Facebook. It's everywhere. It's one of those special ones because you don't always see everybody's call up to the big leagues video unless they're special. You saw that one. So I'd say special, emotional, awesome, great, fantastic.
And if you could find the one that the Mariners did too, calling their pitcher up, that was pretty good. That's a really good one as well that was making its way around yesterday. I'm not sure who the guy was, but it was like, you're done for the day. No, I still feel like I can get more guys out. Yeah, they're going to need you to do that tomorrow in Seattle. Why? I don't want to. No, you're getting. Oh,
wait. I'm excited. Sorry. Oh, it's a tearjerker for sure. I love when he said, come give me a hug.
Yeah, give me a hug.
Call your dad, give me a hug. All right. Over to the gridiron. One word on Stefon Diggs. It's been a debacle. It's been a fiasco. It's been a myriad of news stories coming out about Stefon Diggs and some sort of substance that he had on a boat. People making allegations about said substance. He was at OTAs yesterday for the Patriots. Mike Vrabel said, you know what, we're just sticking to work, sticking to football here. One word on Stefon Diggs.
Checked out. I think he's ready for that next stage of his life. But Kyle Brandt had a tweet this morning that made a lot of sense. He goes, there's 50 reasons why you don't cut Stefon Diggs. The number 2 reasons are you got a young quarterback. That's the number one reason. I'm like, oh, they're hoping he's their Sammy Watkins type of guy. Now, if he can't focus on football and the football side of things, he's not going to be their Sammy Watkins, type of guy, veteran receiver with a young quarterback. I like their line of thinking in that because that's copying what the Chiefs did. But if Stefon Diggs isn't committed to football, it's not going to work. And that's fine if he's not committed to football. He's played a long time.
I would say veteran. I would assume that there's probably a meeting to be had of Vrabel and himself being like, hey, I know it's the offseason. I can't tell you what to do, but I don't want to see this sort of fun when the season gets heavy. I mean, this is still kind of out there. Like, I don't think he needs to go to OTAs. But again, new team and coming off an injury. So there are yings and yangs of Stefon Diggs. But he's a veteran. He's got the clout who's earned this. So it is what it is. He just so happens to be Cardi B.
Yeah. Now, all of this, does anybody really need OTAs? Probably not. Some of the young guys, maybe a couple of new guys or what. But you got a new coach. You got a young quarterback. You're a new player on the team. Like, it's highly suggested you be there because it's good for everybody if you're there. If you're not, we totally understand. We'll see you at training camp and you'll be behind. But, I think it's a good thing for new players to kind of get there, especially when you're with a new quarterback and a new head coach.
Is there any sort of possibility that Kagleon could overtake the fandom ratings over Bobby Witt Jr.? We'll ask on the other side. 913-586-7965. You're listening to Fesco and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
All right, I made my selections on FanDuel.
Honey, I absolutely love how Powell Exteriors Casey is transforming our home. We can't stop now. The new deck and James Hardy siding has the neighbors asking questions. I told them contact Powell Exteriors Casey. They'll listen, assess your needs, offer solutions, and super easy financing at 0% for 18 months on everything. Siding, windows, decks, and custom covers, entry doors, roofing, and more. Check out their work on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, Missouri sports fans, listen up because Underdog is now available to play in your state, and you can go yard all baseball season long with Underdog's Champions Game. I'm in on the game tonight. I got Jack Kagleon higher than half a home run, Bobby Witt higher than 2.5 hits plus runs plus RBI, and Nolan Arenado higher than 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. And a $5 selection can win me $137 on the Underdog app. That's why I love playing Underdog, because the odds are fantastic and it's so much fun. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? And the great news is it's now available in the state of Missouri. To play, all you have to do is download the app and choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats. You can choose from things like home runs, strikeouts, total bases, and so much more. And once that entry feels good, you can play with as little as $1. So if you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. So download the Underdog app now and sign up with promo code BOB to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. That's promo code BOB. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match.terms. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Baskets have more flavor than your taste buds know what to do with. We start with all white meat, breaded, seasoned, and fried to crunchy perfection. Next, we double down and toss them in honey barbecue or new buffalo sauce. Serve them up with DQ fries, Texas toast, and house-made Hidden Valley Ranch, and you've got flavor on flavor on flavor. Get the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket in honey barbecue or new buffalo right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Oh, Downy in a rinse change. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
Allstate knows your home means everything to you, and you'll do anything to protect it. But not just with any protection. You want insurance that'll be there for you and your family when you need it most. And that's what Allstate's been doing for over 60 years. So check Allstate first for home insurance you can rely on. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Coverage subject to terms, qualifications, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Exercising and being outside are two things I love doing almost every day. I can't imagine joint pain slowing me down. The good news is, if you do have joint pain, I've got the answer for you. QC Kinetics has over 50,000 satisfied patients in less than a decade, and everyone is getting results with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime at all. QC Kinetics has been on the cutting edge of regenerative medicine. They use natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. Regenerative medicine used to be an alternative, and now it's mainstream. So if you love being outside and working out as much as I do, or you just love to play golf or tennis or doing everyday activities, and you don't want to live with that joint pain any longer, call my friends over at QC Kinetics. Don't let sore knees or elbows or shoulders or a back keep you from doing the things you love. Call QC Kinetics today, 816-412-6299, 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. It's QC Kinetics.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Peter's Clothiers, Grandview 49 northbound with an accident at Main Street blocking multiple lanes, keeping things crawling coming up from Missouri 150. The summer sale is happening now at Peter's Clothiers. Save from 20 to 50% off on suits, sports coats, and sportswear. Perfect your look with their in-house tailoring. Peter's Clothiers, 124th and State Line Road. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
When it rains, it pours. Talking to Alex, who's in St. Louis, weather's not looking great.
But that's anti what everything is saying right now. Channel 4 said they should be fine tonight. But once Binkley chimed in, that's what concerned me.
Yeah, he's on AccuWeather, man. He's like saying there's a chance it could get like dangerous storms.
What the hell's he doing here?
Because in case it doesn't work out in St. Louis, they got to have a backup
They got
plan.
Binkley in. Where are they doing this show from? Helen Fitzgerald's over there or something? Like, where are they doing the show from? They could go over to Hollywood. So, I mean, I could have called Bob Romanek and had him go do the strip club show.
Yeah, so I'm.
Gold's got Fahrenheit on the weather app, though, right? He's not.
Well, that's the thing. Gold's telling us about the weather doesn't resonate.
Exactly, doesn't really hit.
Binkley talking about the weather is different because Binkley monitors things.
Oh yeah, well he's got two different weather apps up. He's got AccuWeather and like National Weather Services.
See, I've got AccuWeather and whatever the one that the iPhone gave you, that they put on there. But Binkley has always been one of these guys that like knows the weather. And like I've been like, oh, it's gonna be fine. And Binkley's like, call Joe. And then he's right. So now you're in a little bit of a conundrum, if you will. Like, do I make this journey?
Yeah, I know, man, because I don't want to get there. I mean, we'll figure it out at the end of the show because, I mean, nothing would be worse in the world than to drive out there 3.5 hours away and be like, all right, the game's going to be delayed. It's going to start around 9:30. Okay.
At that point, just do a double header. My God.
Yeah.
Let's see what AccuWeather says. Saint Lewis.
I think it's spelled differently.
Oh, well, whatever. Let's see. No precipitation for at least 60 minutes. Hourly forecast tonight. 51% chance of rain at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then it really just dissipates. Like there's a 12% chance of rain at 6.
Okay.
16% chance of rain. It's not. You're going to be fine. The heavy stuff doesn't really start until about 10 o'clock, according to AccuWeather. And when they say like 18% chance of rain, that's not percent chance of rain. I just learned this, so I'm
18%
sharing.
of the area.
18% of the area. 18% of the area is going to get covered.
Yeah.
So that may not be the baseball stadium. It could be North County. It could be South County. It could be West County. It could be the Illinois side. Who the hell knows? Doesn't mean the stadium and where the stadium in downtown is going to be.
Did you see
Kling's text? Yeah.
No doubt, Kling. No doubt. Big fan of that idea.
So yesterday, I'll share this because I shared it with Josh yesterday. My daughter has a boy come over.
Oh, no.
Yesterday.
Is the location on?
Wow. And
oh, my God.
Josh is this kid's coach for tennis.
Wow. That's awesome.
And my best friend is his science teacher.
So he's screwed.
So I text Kling immediately, and he responds back to both me and Jen going, you were both texting me at the same time.
Oh, jeez.
That's awesome.
Those poor kids.
Yeah. Yeah, he is screwed.
Yeah.
That kid's screwed.
No, very sweet, nice boy.
Nice guy.
It was fine.
Good,
you
good,
know, one
good.
of those. I was like, all right, this kid's cool. I'm good to go. I'll go back to bed now or whatever. You guys do whatever you're going to do. It was 4 of them, 2 boys, 2 girls. You know, they had like a little activity or whatever.
Movie night
yeah,
or something.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
they're going to do. But it was so funny. He's got a tennis shirt on. I'm like, oh, Josh is your coach, huh? Yeah.
So Diane Houston's your teacher, huh?
Yeah. Hey, kiddos, be careful out there. We know everything, right?
So do you think, like, Mahomes is number one when it comes to the franchise, right? With the Chiefs, like, everybody knows he's the guy. But do you think that Kelsey is more popular via fans than Patrick Mahomes?
No, I don't think so.
He has two different fan
You're right,
bases.
and I was going to catch myself on that. Are we talking football fans in Kansas City, or are we talking people?
Just fans.
Just people in general?
Because everybody that's an NFL nerd is like, Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
But Kelsey's the one hosting on the ESPYs a couple years ago. He's the one putting out Kelsey Jam. He's on SNL. I think there are more
Who does Travis date? Doesn't he date somebody famous?
Yeah, I heard she had a couple hits.
Yeah, she's got another album of her own. Belongs to her now. I
Yeah,
think
for
the
like
last and final
$34 million she paid for that.
Yeah, well, I think
All
she'll
over
make that
music.
in one tour.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Jack Kagleon can be more popular from the fan perspective than Bobby Witt Jr.
I think so.
Okay, because Bobby's like Pat. Like, they're so locked in. They're about their craft and what they want to accomplish for their team, and there's like that sort of stuff.
Not much more.
And I'm not saying that Kagleon and Travis Kelce aren't, but I think when it comes to popularity, like, sex sells, right? Travis Kelce's a very good-looking man. He's in a serious relationship with the most popular, like, artist in the world, and he's got that charisma. Kagleon, look, Bobby Witt Jr. is well-built. This is a brick blank house. This is a guy where even your wives and your girlfriends will be like, oh, Jack's up? Like, oh, yeah, he is, isn't he? Nice to see, isn't he? Well, yeah, okay. Kelsey's the same way. I think they're kind of in that same level of, I think the nerd and the obvious fan will always be like, yeah, Bobby's just that dude, man. He's so good. He's there. Like, Vern, I think, would be more popular with Bobby. Whereas, like, maybe myself and Mac, and maybe you included, or maybe you're more baseball driven than you are about, persona or whatever. But I think we would lean towards, like, the attractiveness and what else that brings with Kags, who's also very good at what he does.
Yeah, see, I can't decide yet because we haven't seen Kags at the big league level yet. We know what Bobby is. Bobby is the second best player in the game right now, save a bad month of the season, right?
Yeah.
He's the second best player in the game. We know what Bobby Witt is all about. We think.
I'd put Ohtani and Judge above Bobby.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about
You're
Ohtani.
okay. I know, yeah. Ohtani doesn't count in this.
Yeah, right. He's out of the equation for this. He's Cy Young and MVP same
22
year.
home runs.
Nuts.
There are so many unbelievable things going on in baseball right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tigers have 40 wins already.
Kagleon,
Ohtani, Judge.
There's a rookie hitting 350.
Yeah, the dude in Oakland or Sacramento. Cal Raleigh in Seattle. I know that's not a household name for a lot of people. It better be. I mean, that guy is tearing the cover off the ball.
Yeah.
Paul Skeens is doing his thing. The Royals have 5 pitchers that could go into a World Series game right now and shut your ass down. Like, there's so much good going. The Mets.
Yeah, the Royals have the second best team ERA with a negative run differential somehow.
Yeah.
Rockies have 9 wins.
No, they got 10 last night.
They've won back 2 out of their last 8.
I mean, that crowd in Miami yesterday couldn't have been worse. I mean, there was literally 5 people there. Bill, Ted, John, Steve, and Sally were all at the game last night. That's how they took attendance. But I asked you really what's more impressive, the Tigers' 40 wins or the Rockies already at 50 losses, right? And the losses, obviously. But Kagleon, until we see what he's going to do, because if you don't do it on the field, your off the field stuff really doesn't matter. You do it on the field, and then you take what you do on the field, and you utilize that as a tool to explode off the field, which is what Travis has done. Phenomenal player on the field, even bigger off the field. Like, who would have ever thought that an NFL player in their prime, well, as Carrington would say, washed, who an NFL player in their prime would be more popular off the field than on the field. And we're not talking about just a generic NFL player. We're talking about arguably the greatest tight end of all time, Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, and he's more popular off the field. So I think to sit here and say, will he be more popular than Bobby? I don't think it's a fair conversation to have now. Let's wait until after the season and see what he does from a production standpoint and how we feel about him as a baseball player before we're ready to say that, because Bobby's dynamic. Dynamic. And Cags can be really good, but he may never be as dynamic on the field as Bobby. But if he has all the off the field stuff and he becomes that face, then yeah, I think you maybe you can take that step, and it's okay to have, two favorite players. It's okay to love Moose and Haas, No
doubt about it. Coming up on the other side, we'll get to Start, Bench, Cut. It is brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service. Jay's Southland Tow Service, brought to you by Start, Bench, Cut, or the other way around. Strike that. Reverse it. Fesco and Dusty with Mac Maury on 96.5 The Fan.
We've all been there.
For Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, this past weekend was outstanding for us. It was relaxing. We didn't really have much to do around the house because Aspen Lawn and Pest Control is taking care of all of that for us. It's the best decision that I made to hire the guys at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Not only are they college-educated professionals that have my lawn looking awesome, they take care of all the work so we can go out there and enjoy the weekends and not have to worry about mowing and weed whacking and putting down mulch and fixing the yard all up. Aspen Lawn and Pest Control takes care of all of that. They've removed all of that from our lives, and it's made our weekends that much more enjoyable. And they made our weekends even better because they have put the mosquito dome over our house. And now, instead of mowing the lawn and doing all of that kind of stuff, we can sit out back and relax and not have to worry about mosquitoes. And the dog doesn't have to worry about the ticks and the fleas getting all over her either, because that mosquito dome keeps all of those pests out. So get in touch with the good folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They offer full-service lawn care, irrigation, pest control, and so much more. Plus, they're going to give you up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. But what if you could bank that equity right now? With TrueHold, you could sell your home for its current value so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. TrueHold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since TrueHold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit TrueHold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours based on its best current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9393 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Hi, Mia here at the winnings desk of the Missouri Lottery. So, I wanted to write a thank you note for every dollar Missouri Lottery players have given to Missouri and education, but that would be 8.4 billion notes. So to save a little time and a whole lot of paper, here's just one. Dear every single lottery player in Missouri, thank you for helping us give $8.4 billion to Missouri and education. Sorry, my trumpet's in the shop. The Missouri Lottery. Winners welcome and play responsibly.
Summer savings are here at Going Gone by Dick's Sporting Goods. Score up to 70% off styles from top brands like Nike, Adidas, Jordan, Kagleon, and more. Discover new markdowns and arrivals every week. Hurry in and save big on summer styles at your Going Gone.
Are you hungry for a good deal? With the Royals Value Menu, you can get your ballpark favorites for $5 or less. Hot dogs, popcorn, pretzels, soda, and yeah, even a beer. $5 or less. So I guess the next question is, how hungry are you? The Royals Value Menu, found at select Crown Classics and Hot Corner Grill concession stands in Bruinview. Learn more at royals.com/fanvalue.
You've heard it said, you are what you eat. Well, similarly, you are what you breathe. Air quality can be anywhere between 2 to 5 times worse inside your home than outside. In fact, the EPA has listed indoor air quality as one of the major threats to America's health. That's why Zero Res KC is here to help with air duct cleaning. They're having their best Zero Res flash sale right now. Get $150 off air duct cleaning when you make an appointment this week. Just go to ZeroResKC.com to book an appointment. That's ZeroResKC.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
470 westbound, heavy around View High Drive with construction in the left lane. East side 70 westbound slows from Van Brunt over towards Jackson Avenue with construction. Grandview 49 northbound recovering approaching Main Street with an earlier wreck that has cleared. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Listen to Jack Kagleon's debut tonight with Vern's On Deck show, starting at 5:30. First pitch at 6:45. Right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station.
Slight programming shift. We will move start bench cut down to a little bit later on in the show. There is a pretty massive reason for that. You know them as the Haas or 35 or the Digging Deep podcast or big fan of Fesco and Dusty. Big Haas, how you doing this morning?
Huge fan. You got to get it right.
That's
Huge
exactly
fan.
right. Huge fan. How you doing, man? I remember your debut. I was talking about it yesterday. I'm sure you do as well. And how excited we are from when you came up and made your debut for the Kansas City Royals. What's Cags going through today, knowing that he's finally here?
Oh, man, it definitely, I tell you what, fellas, I know I'm getting a little older because between, Moose retiring as a Royal, I'm watching the whole thing, and then Cags getting called up, I definitely get a little emotional, man. You feel it. And Cags is going through a situation right now, kind of like what I said on X, and it's not taken for granted or underestimating anything, but I feel like he's had everybody come up and tell him how special Kansas City fans are, how the atmosphere will be, and he knows, and he's heard it, and he understands. But now for him to actually feel that, and I-70 series, come home, play the Yankees, you watch Gordon go in the Hall of Fame, I'm so excited for what he's about to experience, and I really just think he doesn't have an idea. It's going to be so fun for him.
What do you tell the people that are nervous about a debut because they worry that it may not work out? What strikes differently with Jack Kagleon through Eric Hosmer's eyes?
Baseball, it's such a different sport. Like, he's not going to come up right away and throw 3 touchdowns and just dominate, kind of like Mahomes did, right? If he does, man, he won't surprise us all. But baseball is one of those things where you want to see him contribute early, big-time hits, big-time homers. And then we're 2 months in, 3 months in, maybe even a month, and he's doing what he's doing. So just be patient, but I think he's going to contribute from day one, and I'm excited for this.
How long does it normally take? I guess normally is not even a fair term to use, but to click to where it starts to feel normal. You're not, oh my gosh, this is the big leagues anymore. This is Yankee Stadium or wherever the heck it is. Or how long does it take for it to set in before it feels kind of normal?
Man, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't know if it ever will feel normal, you know what I mean? Especially the first year, the first 2 years. But the easy situation for him is not easy, I should say, but the good situation is he's got Bobby there, he's got Salvi. So, you know, we're not looking for Jack to come up and be the guy. We're looking for him to come up and mesh in with those guys. So that's the beautiful part about, you know, Royals fans. I think they're realistic, and that's kind of what they're expecting out of them.
And for Cags, for me, I feel like, and you can tell me I'm an idiot if you want, Eric, and that's fine, but like I feel like it's like an infusion for some of these guys in the locker room, almost like when you guys got Zobrist or when, you know, Ibanez came in and kind of gave you that little kind of bump that you needed during the dog days. I feel like that could be maybe something that these guys kind of feel with this Cags bump coming in.
No question. You know, it's something that we talked about with Vinny a lot, Pascantino. It's like, all right, you guys are in a situation now where the organization is a win-now team, and there's no questions about that. You know, when you make a big move, like you said, Zobrist at the deadline, all the players kind of look around at each other and like, hey, this is on us. You know, the front office continues to do whatever they can to provide the pieces for us to be where we need to be, and this is one of those moments right here. You know, Cags, everybody knew about Cags. For him to go in the minor leagues, tear it up the way he was, shows that JJ and the front office are all about winning. Obviously, you know, we needed some runs, bringing Cags up this time of year, not speeding the clock. Well, I don't know any of that stuff, but they're serious about winning, and that is motivating for players.
I know the size 17 foot impresses you, Haas. We're talking to Eric Hosmer here on Fesco and Dusty. But what else about him is impressive? Because another buddy of mine from the station, we went down to Omaha this past weekend to watch him, and I thought the most impressive thing, other than the 422-foot shot, was the fact that he was down 0-2 and worked the count back to full and then drew the walk. So I think that his vision and his knowledge for the game at such a young age is impressive to me. But I ask you, the professional athlete, of what impresses you the most about Kagleon.
You tell you what, depending on what brand he goes with, that thing might get up to size 18, you know what I mean? So that is impressive. So, you know, I've gotten to talk to him a couple times. I haven't been around him. Moose was out there in spring training, and he was telling me about an at-bat. There was someone stealing first or second or third, whatever it was, and Cag swung at a pitch, you know, it was a homer. I think it was against the Cubs or something, but came back in the dugout and was kind of asking Moose, like, man, maybe I don't know if I should have swung at that pitch. The guy was stealing. I should have gave him a pitch to go, shouldn't I? And just that kind of baseball talk, that kind of awareness lets you know that he's well beyond the years. And, you know, when JJ and these guys are thinking about bringing him up, obviously out of college it's a little different, more advanced, but, you know, we know we're going to be in a pennant race and we're going to be counting on Cags in big situations. And stuff like that, those type of conversations, just know that he can handle it and he's ready for it.
What did Moose say? What was the answer? No, man, take the home run.
He goes, listen, Cags, I love what you're telling me and I love where your head's at, but we will gladly accept those 500-foot home runs if you want to keep doing that, pal.
Yeah, every single day. What's the biggest adjustment you had to make from going to AAA to the big leagues?
Well, I know time is a lot different now, but it's like, okay, the minor leagues, you're going to, you know, a different series, and I know now it's a lot different, 5 games, 6 games, whatever, but you go 3-4 games to one series and say this team's throwing Cags nothing but sliders low and away, and then you go to the next series and they have a different game plan on you. The league, Major League Baseball, the numbers are out. Everybody knows what your flaws are. They're going to continue to basically attack those flaws until you can either prove to lay off of it or you can just prove that it's not a flaw anymore. So all stuff that I feel like Cags knows what's coming ahead, and you know that's the beauty of JJ and Q and the staff and all that is they're going to let him know that stuff, and he's more than prepared.
And you know you're old now, Haas, because you just used the phrase "the time is different now."
I tried so hard to stop saying when I played, but right. Man, I know you can't stay away from it.
You can't. Hey, I want to talk to you too about Dayton and the interview you guys did with him on your podcast, because Dusty and I both watched it. Thought it was fascinating. It really was. It shows you what type of human being Dayton Moore really is. We just had his event on Thursday night. The See You in the Major Leagues Foundation golf tournament raised over $100,000 for the kiddos here in KC to continue with their mentoring program. Like when you're sitting there interviewing your former boss, former father figure, all that kind of stuff, what kind of emotions are coming back to you?
Oh man! First of all, it's unbelievable because you get to ask them all these questions that I feel like a lot of people would have loved to ask your former boss. You know what I mean? Especially years removed. But again, talking about Kansas City and the fans, every time we get to do these reunions or do Moose's retirement. And every time they announce Dayton, you see the pop that the Kansas City fans give him. And just so knowledgeable, because Dayton, quite honestly, when he got fired, a lot of the guys on the team were not happy about how the situation went down. And, we're not afraid to speak and be vocal about it. So to see the fans, their awareness, to understand how much they know we appreciate Dayton and how much he's done for not only the organization but the city, that means so much to us. And every time we do hear that louder ovation for Dayton, we know he feels it, and the players certainly feel it too.
Haas, I saw your tweet last night about the video that went viral with Kagleon getting the call. Yours was a little bit different from Jersh?
Yeah. Jersh is the best, man. I love those videos because Jersh, he truly makes that moment that much more special. But, in AAA, we had to be clean-shaven every single flight that we took. And obviously I was not clean-shaven every time. But Jersh was telling me, hey, same thing. If you think you're ready, you're going to the big leagues. But make sure you leave $500 on my desk before you leave. And I'm like, okay, Jersh, I got it, buddy. No worries. I ran right to my wallet, gave him $500, and hit right to the airport.
Best $500 you've ever spent in your life, I'm sure.
The best, absolutely.
Jersh acted like he was in trouble too. Like if you think you can help these guys, then why don't you just go and join them? What?
I texted Jersh last night too. I said, "You're getting soft, man. You're old age." But Jersh is so special, man. For him to do that, however many years later, you can tell he still, felt that moment.
It's baseball's got those special moments, Eric. It's like you get the call up, then you get your first at bat, your first day in the big leagues, and you get your first big league hit. No other sport has the romantic side like baseball does that gives us all the feels,
No, that's so true, man. And if there's like a message you can give Cags, it's like give yourself a game, 2 games, 6 at-bats, whatever it is, and really just enjoy it, man. Soak it all in, take it all in. You've been working for this your whole entire life, and then, after you do soak it in, it's time to go, man. We're in a pennant race, and you're the guy, so we're all fired up, and I'm right there with everybody else, just as fired up.
Speaking of fired up, this is the last one for you. You're a busy man, but I remember
Jack.
I remember your walk-up song, and it was always the one that got me fired up. I believe it was like Travell, a little scrappy, I think is what the song was. Why the number 35? Why'd you choose that number?
Yeah, so I was always number 20, and then obviously that's retired here. And then right before I got called up in 2010, we played on the USA team, and they gave me number 35. So I was like, man, I kind of like it, and just stuck with that ever since.
See, I was saying, both Dusty and I had a philosophy on it. I said it's 35 for Miami, 305 area code down there, and he said it was 35 for Frank Thomas. We were both wrong.
Yeah.
I like the Miami call, though. That's a great guess. You guys are doing great investigation.
Trying our best.
Now you got to go get little Haas a Jack jersey there for you. So enjoy the enjoy the debut tonight. We appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you again later, Eric.
Will do. I know you guys hear him screaming in the background.
It's awesome.
You guys for having me on.
No, I love it, man. It's so much fun. Enjoy those moments, as I was telling you yesterday, dude. That'll be gone in a blink of an eye, and you'll be wondering where the hell time went.
Oh, I know, man. I appreciate that, Bob, and thank you guys again for having me, man. I always enjoy talking to you guys.
Always enjoy having you, Haas.
Eric Hosmer there, the Digging Deep podcast. You can check out he and Moose.
Have you seen the commercials for the Digging Deep podcast? One of them says, we have the biggest names in baseball, like J.J. Piccolo.
Oh.
And it's like, whoever did that commercial.
We'll come back. We'll get into start, bench, cut. We'll also get into that one guy, that Darren, that had the audio that's a clown audio take because he just wants to ruin the fun for all of you KC fans. We'll do that next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fesco and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, today's the day. Next Tuesday is another day when Jack Kagleon makes his debut against the Yankees, and I can't think of a better way to take off the edge of the excitement than when you go to that game of the K than to get a nice old can of Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka. They're absolutely delicious, and they pair perfectly with a home debut of Jack Kagleon or a day at the ballpark. Find it in Kauffman Stadium all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part is it's zero bubbles, so it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game. You'll have zero troubles while you enjoy all that action at the K. Ask for your local bars, liquor stores, and you must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Men, here's the truth. In the bedroom, good enough isn't really good enough, is it? This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if your erectile dysfunction is making intimacy less enjoyable for you and your partner, give us a call today. Because whether your ED only happens sometimes or all the time, it's time to stop good enough and time to start really good. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. Whether it's only mild or moderate, or even if it's severe, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we have a variety of treatments and can even combine protocols, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in a long time. You could even last up to an hour or more and make sex great again for you and your partner. So make an appointment and be done with good enough. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices to serve you.
It's Rawhide Harley's Sign and Ride event. No cash down needed. Rates as low as 1.49% APR on select Harleys. Put no cash down, sign, and ride away on your new Harley from Rawhide Harley. Save thousands on interest at Rawhide Harley Davidson. Credit on 2024 Lowrider ST, Lowrider S, or Road Blade 3 miles. See dealer for details.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Allstate's new home insurance is now better than ever. We're making getting the right home insurance that's right for you super easy with our improved online quoting tool. It explains how each coverage option works for you without the headache. Yep, you can start protecting your home in a matter of minutes. So check Allstate first for home insurance that's better than ever. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Coverage subject to terms, qualifications, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? It's guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
College football summer is no time to slouch because we are taking you to school on the Cover 3 podcast, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. It's time for our annual summer school series as we take time to break down some of your favorite teams with experts and insiders who know these depth charts from top to bottom. But summer school is just extra credit as we go through positional drafts, player rankings, and more. Follow and listen to the Cover 3 podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's the trip and the game of a lifetime. Join the Red Kingdom in Sao Paulo, Brazil, as Kansas City takes on their division rivals from LA on September 5th. True Fan Travel is taking diehard fans on an unforgettable 6-night adventure across Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo with the legendary Christian Okoye, hosting authentic local experiences and exclusive events, all filled with beaches, music, food, football, and much more. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or it's your first international game, you'll explore, connect, and rep KC like never before. Learn more at TrueFanTravel.com.
At Casey's, we're too nice to say no. So when someone asked for a free frozen drink, we said sure. Then they said every Friday all summer, and well, now we're giving away free medium frozen drinks every Friday. Free Frozen Fridays with Casey's Rewards. It's not crazy, it's Casey's. See store for details.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay's Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
Today, expect a high of 77 with showers and thunderstorms likely.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's Fesco, Dusty, and Mac with this week's edition of Start, Bench, Cut.
Better believe it. I think we all should bet a home run prop.
I got one. I got mine.
I think we all got one.
Yep, you got it. Perfect. Okay.
We're set.
Big news out of Pittsburgh. Did you see who's reporting to the Steelers this
Who?
week?
Is it Aaron Rodgers?
No, Gabe Davis.
Exactly how I thought it would go. I knew it.
Gabe Davis.
Yeah, Gabe Davis going to visit the old Steelers today and tomorrow.
But as that SI fake publication put out, the sixth best coach-quarterback combination in the NFL this year is Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers. And you wonder why SI doesn't print their magazine, or they're not relevant anymore, except for the swimsuit issue.
That's probably their height of clicks throughout the year. Has to be.
I would imagine. I mean, I would hope
You have
so.
Paige Sporanic, Livy Dunn, and many others.
When is the last time you even cared what SI had to say?
I was like 10.
Last year when the Cavender twins were in the
That's
swimsuit
right, the
issue.
swimsuit issue. Yeah, and even when SI was a real thing back in our day, that swimsuit issue was still
huge,
the best thing for Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, SI, Private Eye, Magnum PI, Start Bench Cut. No,
Cutting SI, starting Magnum PI. What was the second one?
AI.
AI.
Cut
Cut that
Cut
too.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, SI is basically written by AI.
That's true.
It really is. It's all AI generated articles on there.
No, I stopped with Sports Illustrated once they took away Sports Illustrated for kids.
Oh God!
And I had the little insert that was all the cards.
Yeah,
that
that was
now
great.
with a lot of money. They're in mint condition.
No, it's not. Is it really?
Yes, they are. If you have them in like the old
The Sports Illustrated for kids cards are.
There's a it's
Damn.
dude. It's everywhere, man. It's somewhere.
Keep your stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. Except Beanie Babies. I'm still waiting to buy my first house with my Princess Diana bear.
How much can I get for an Alvin Davis Upper Deck 1989
So those
card?
are considered base cards. They have zero value.
Zero value.
They
No,
don't
I
even
know.
ship
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
I got a Dwight Gooden 86 Mets though.
What's that white residue on it?
The outside of the.
Oh, I thought it was Dwight's nose. Start Bench Cut. We start with the debut of Jack Kagleon. Start Bench Cut. Cag's debut, Gordon's debut, Bobby Wood Jr.'s debut.
I'm going to start Bobby Wood's debut. I'm going to bench Cags' debut, and then I'm going to cut Gordon's debut. Wasn't good.
Now, his debut was better when he debuted in left field with the number 4.
Yeah, when he went, like we hit the reset button on that.
Right. Yeah, Cags is huge. Bobby's was opening day, so I don't know if you can surpass that because of what the moment is.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not going to lie to you. Bobby Wood Jr. had the go-ahead RBI in the 8th inning on opening day.
Yep.
And they won. And it was in the snow. And Cody started singing like he did yesterday as well. You brought it up, so I want to bring up the meats version of the hibachi.
All right.
Chicken, shrimp, steak.
I'm going to start the shrimp, bench the chicken, cut the steak.
Wow.
I'll start the steak, bench the shrimp, cut the chicken.
You're a steak guy, though.
Love steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge steak guy.
Are you good
I like
with
it.
the shrimp flings? Are you, like, undefeated?
Catching them?
Yeah.
I'm not bad at catching them. Yeah, I'm pretty darn good, actually.
Mine always goes on my cheekbone. I got a huge mouth.
You got to line it up.
Yeah. I would be a terrible punt returner.
Maybe even a bad outfielder, too.
Horrible. Played second base my whole life.
Did you ever catch a fly ball?
No, but I looked like Smalls for about the first 3 years of my life trying to run it down and get buckled.
That bad, huh?
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, just pretend you're kind of catching a fly ball, camp underneath it.
No, true
Open
story.
up, and then it goes in.
The only reason I played second base is because I could turn the double play with our shortstop, who's always your best athlete on your team.
Always.
So it was like, hey, who can flip the double play? I think I can. All right, keep him there. Opposite Knox, slow as maple syrup in December, and just knocked in the leadoff hitter. He would get a single, steal second. 90% of our games are up 1-0.
There we go.
Can't lie. I think I would start the steak, bench the shrimp, cut the chicken.
Okay.
I think I'm with
Same order, yeah.
Yeah. God, I love shrimp on the hibachi.
I know.
The shrimp on the hibachi is phenomenal.
Something else, man. Like you try to grill shrimp, never works out. It's always like dehydrated or whatever. It's always just not the best. But shrimp on the stone, man, it's just I could just eat that. You guys can have everything else.
Oh, you don't need anything else.
Shrimp fried rice with that Japanese barbecue sauce, a little bit of veggies. Sign me up.
Oh, I even bought some of that yum yum sauce yesterday.
Gotta have that.
Yes.
Put that a little drizzle of that on top. Takes it to the next
100%.
level.
Dip your egg roll in that. You'll be harder than Jerry Jones was in '93. Who's having sex with Jerry Jones? Someone. So they're in St. Louis tonight. St. Louis Arch, Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone.
I'm going to start Yellowstone because there's so much to do there. There's so much to do at Yellowstone.
The smell.
I'm going to bench Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
And, I mean, you've been to McDonald's.
The arch is just cool when you come up I-70 and you see that thing out of nowhere. And you're like, oh, we're here.
Yeah,
and it's gone.
it. And then it's yeah, this is easy. That is the order. Yellowstone, Mount Rushmore, Arch.
Fair point.
I used to think the Arch was awesome, too. It was.
When I was a kid,
yeah,
I liked it.
you see it, and then, okay.
Our old dishwasher at Jack Stack, shout out Larry Dawson, said he had sex in the Arch.
No, there's no way. There's just no way he had sex in the Arch. That guy's lying. 100% lying.
I know that I'm hard.
You didn't have sex in the Arch.
He said he did in the elevator on the way up.
No, you didn't.
Nobody wanted to come.
No room to move in that thing.
He said he found a way.
That guy's lying.
Yeah, well, Larry Dawson's cool.
I'm telling you, Larry Dawson's full of it. He didn't have sex in the Arch.
Bob's jealous.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, there's no way possible to have sex in the Arch.
Andy did it on a Tuesday.
If there was, I would have, but there's not.
Yeah, it was on a Tuesday.
Have you ever been in that thing?
I have not been inside.
You're riding in a pod that's the size of this little area right here.
Yeah.
No, you're not having sex in the Arch. It's like the people who joined the Mile High Club. No, you're not.
Well,
I had sex with Veron. No, you didn't. No, you did not.
That's like your opinion, man. So we go on to the food because he is the Italian stallion, Mr. Kagleon.
Yes.
Italian food, Southern comfort food, Mexican food.
Start Italian, bench Mexican, and Southern comfort I care less about.
Man, I love some greens, cornbread.
I know, man.
Country fried
Mashed
steak,
potatoes.
country fried chicken,
Yeah.
Nashville hot chicken.
Dusty, you go. I'm still thinking.
Okay, I will start Mexican food. I will bench Southern comfort, and Italian's gone. And that's tough, dude. And you're a pasta lord yourself.
I know.
But you love you some street-style tacos.
I know. I love all these things. I lived in the South for 10 years.
I'm sorry.
And you eat that catfish too, man?
Yes.
Oh,
Some
God.
good old grits. Yeah,
For sure.
I'm going to go.
You know
I'll go
that.
Italian, and then I'll do Southern comfort, and I'll cut Mexican. But
Ooh,
I hate it. I know. I
tough
hate
take.
it. I hate it.
Got to have your mac and cheese. You're a growing boy. Kagleon's debut. Would you rather start, bench, cut? Home run, but he goes 1 for 4. Solo shot, 1 for 4. He goes 3 for 3, just has 3 hits. Nothing spectacular than going 3 for 3. No home run, no, just 3 for 3. Or he goes 0 for 2 with a walk, but he makes a diving grab to save a run.
Just that order.
Okay. The home run sells.
Yeah.
And then the 3 for 3 would be sick because he'd be batting 1,000. Take that, Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn once hit 1,000 for 4 straight games. That's more than Ellie Taylor Cruz has hit in his entire career.
I'll take 0 for 4 and a win, but I know that's not what fans want, right? They want Jack Kagleon to go 4 for 4, and if they lose, so what? It's about Jack tonight.
Yeah, he hits a bomb. It's special.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the result of the game is if he hits a home run tonight.
I think I'll cut the home run, actually. I'll start the 0 for 2, but makes a diving grab to save a run.
That's
because if he can do that defensively, I trust the offense to come for Jack Kagleon. He will hit the ball.
Oh, for Jack. I thought you meant this. You trust the offense. I was like, what?
No, he'll trust the offense of Jack Kagleon to work at some point. The bat's going to work in the major league level. But if he's got a glove already and he's showing that, sky's the limit for this guy. Then I'll take 3 for 3 and then the home run.
Solid take. You've seen the home runs. You know the home runs are there.
Yeah,
we haven't
he'll do
seen
that.
we haven't seen the spectacular defense that could possibly be there if it is there.
If he has that, the ceiling for this play, it's completely different.
Versus the roof. Start, bench, cut, brought to you by Jay Southland Tow. A couple more. Signed jersey, signed baseball, or a rare card signed.
I'm going to take the rare card first. I'm going to start that because I think that holds the value the most, and I can cash that in later for more money than anything else. Then I'm going to go with the signed ball because it's smaller, it's easier to pack. And then I'm going to go with the signed jersey. It seems bigger, you know.
Yeah, jersey, you obviously frame it and put it down in the man cave. It's there. It's kind of cool. Does have value. Depending on the rarity of the card, could have massive amounts of value.
Yeah.
Like you have like a rare 1-of-1 signed Kagleon. Like I don't know if you guys saw this story or not, but Kagleon was supposed to. There was a card this guy drew or got out of a bag pack, and it was supposed to be signed by Kagleon. It was not. So
I'd rather have that's an error card. Those are money.
So they went to Omaha. Kagleon met up with him, signed it, and then put "my bad 1-of-1."
That's even cooler, right?
That guy has the rarest Kagleon card you could possibly have.
Why is that Cags' fault? That's the company for not giving him the card to sign.
That or he just missed it. Or like it was a
and
whatever.
Stuck together type of thing.
Something like that. But yeah, so I would probably go card, jersey, ball.
Yeah, if you're talking value and stuff,
they're
fair.
all cool.
Yeah,
they're all
really
very, very
cool.
valuable.
Yeah, I
especially
guess
with that jersey, that signature on it.
I'm thinking man cave, so I'm going jersey, ball, card, but no wrong order there.
Like imagine if you had 14, 15,
Yes.
87, 13, all signed in your
Yes.
basement. That's crazy. Here's the last one with Jack Kagleon getting us called up. Where would you sit for tonight's game? Behind home plate, behind the visiting dugout, or in right field?
Just in that order.
Behind home first?
Home, dugout, then right field, yeah. I mean, there's still a game going on, right? And so I want to be there. I want to see. I want the best view. I think the best view is not right behind home, but a little about halfway up, right behind home plate.
I think I'd take behind home, right field, then dugout.
Yeah, I agree.
Because right field comes with a token of chance. If he does hit it and it's in your seat and you're there and it lands in your area, you've got home run number one, and then you have a conversation with Jack Kagleon whether you like it or not after that game.
Because imagine if you could have sat in right field and you're not, and it goes into the section that you're like, damn it, I could have had that ball.
Yeah. You doing the same? Home, right field?
Home, right
dugout?
field, then I'll go dugout. Yep.
All right, that concludes Start Bench Cut by Jay Southland Tow Service. 913-586-7965. Also the Jay Southland Tow Service text line. Somebody says, Start Bench Cut. Livy Dunn, the Cavender twins both, or Paige Sporanic?
Starting Livy Dunn, don't care about the rest.
Yeah.
She's a great gymnast.
Great athlete.
Yeah.
Could you do the splits?
Just the banana. Oh, it's not a Sunday. It's a banana split. This guy can split all the way away from the Royals fan base.
What Kansas City has done is the single most irresponsible move I've seen in quite a long time. If he's going to be that good, how do you call him up now where he will hit arbitration a full year earlier than if they had waited till after around June 17th? We waited to call up Miguel Cabrera until after June 17th, and therefore we got an extra year at the minimum. I have no idea how a team that's not in the top 10 of payroll is not paying attention to dates. And the Royals forcing the issue, that's a bunch of horse hockey. You take the extra 2 weeks because it gives you an extra year, and it compounds itself in arbitration. This is a $10 million decision they made. He better be Vladimir Guerrero Sr., and he better start now. But to me, the GM said, oh, we're not going to make a move, until the team is hot. Whatever. I don't know what they were doing here, Matt. I would not have done that. Now, of course, he could get a full year of service time if he finishes top 2 Rookie of the Year, in which case it wouldn't matter. But he's got to finish top 2 in Rookie of the Year. But I guess as Vladimir Sr., he may. But for me, this is irresponsible.
That's David Sampson, former Marlins president, former something with the Nationals, been out of baseball since 2017. And 2017 he's been out of baseball since, right? That's almost a decade. Things have changed.
How the Marlins been?
Not good. Now, he did win the World Series in 2003, but the rest of his resume is a zero, big fat zero for David Sampson. And he's talking, and his comments right there are the single biggest problem in Major League Baseball today. And it's let's hold these guys back and let's not bring them up and save a year of arbitration and manipulating the books. If I was in the Players Association, I would use that as evidence of why we need something new in Major League Baseball. This is the type of guy, along with that guy out in Colorado, Dick Monfort, who sit there and complain about people spending money while they don't do what they're supposed to do to give their fans and to give their team an opportunity to win baseball games. And so that's baseball's biggest problem right now, are these folks like that who complain about the other teams spending money and the Royals are wasting money. Now, the Royals are giving their team a shot in the arm that is much needed right now. And we know there's not going to be a lot of bats available this year. I think the Royals basically just told you that, right? With the addition of Jack Kagleon, there's not going to be a lot of great bats available that you can go out there and get. And so you got to look internally. And it's a new regime here in Kansas City. John Sherman doesn't care about spending money to help his ball club win. That's a great thing. So they missed a year of arbitration. Whoop-de-freaking-do. This is an organization right now that has lacked winning for the better part of 50 years, save a handful of seasons here or there, right? This is not a winning organization. John Sherman is trying to change the narrative of that. By changing the narrative of that and winning games, you do things maybe a little bit differently than people are used to. Baseball has got to get out of the we're used to this phase and start getting into a different way of doing business because you need it in Major League Baseball. So the Royals have had a lack of winning. They're winning right now. They need an infusion. They're bringing up a guy that they believe that they can help them win games right now at the big league level. And everybody also has to remember, we're probably not having a 2027 season with the end of the collective bargaining agreement at the end of 26. And even if we do have a season in 27, we don't know what the rules of baseball are going to be. I think we're going to see a major shift. And so you've got the rest of this year and all of next year before we see a dramatic shift, I believe, in the collective bargaining agreement in Major League Baseball. These rules may not apply in 2 years. So why would you sit back and wait and continue to lose games and not score runs and chase your fan base away and chase the guys away in your locker room? Or you can simply bring up Jack Kagleon, who has the world excited again.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a bunch of horse hockey.
You use that, I'm out.
That guy's like an actor now.
Tyreek had it better when he said that's like horseradish.
Yeah.
That's like horseradish.
That's a bunch of horse hockey.
You go back and forth all day with that. Yeah, I'm good on this. I mean,
like, yes, on paper, does it make sense if you have 10 more days to avoid a year of arbitration? Do you do that? Sure, you would. But we don't know what the landscape of baseball is going to be like in 18 months from now.
Also, he's not wrong, but he's also wrong because he gives up two contradicting points. One is if he finishes second in Rookie of the Year, which he very well could. I think Rookie of the Year will probably be won by your boy Wilson over there in the A's organization.
He's got to jump on it, right?
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. And then you also have Jack Kagleon, who has the second best odds, according to DraftKings, at plus 1,000 behind Wilson. Which could happen. Kagleon could finish second. Then that doesn't matter. The other thing that doesn't matter is if he is what everyone thinks he could be, which is Pete Alonso or this monster of a hitter from the left-handed side, then you're never going to worry about it because you're going to lock up him and you're going to have him and Bobby Witt for the rest of your time. And that's going to be the transition to the Kansas City Royals' future is these two. And I'm sorry, but John Sherman showed me enough that he's going to lock up his superstars.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing. John Sherman now has a track record. You paid Bobby Witt. You paid Cole Reagans. You paid Salvi as well. People forget about that. John Sherman was the guy who paid Salvador Perez. Dayton and them said, this is the guy we got to pay. John Sherman said, sure, let's pay Salvi. So all of these big-name players, since John Sherman has taken over, guess what we've done? We've signed them. So why would we be doing anything different? Stop living in a world, Dave, where you've got a situation where you're recounting stuff that happened a decade ago in Major League Baseball, and you're not focused on the what's going on now. The worst people in the world in an industry are it's always been that way people. Those people suck because, yeah, it always was that way, but the world changes. The world moves forward. People do different things. Adapt, adjust, be a trendsetter. And I kind of think that's what the Royals are doing right now. What if they go 8-2 in these 10 games before this other year of arbitration kicks in? The Royals wouldn't go 8-2 in 10 games if they don't bring up Jack Kagleon. I can promise you that right now. You were getting a sense on Sunday after that game, fans were kind of pissed off. Players didn't seem motivated. They weren't scoring runs. It was not a good brand of baseball over the last week to watch with that offense. And the Royals as an organization, this guy doesn't need the seasoning anymore in the minor leagues. He's good to go. Let's see what he can do up here at the big league level. And let's go for it, man. We've got these guys. The worst thing you can do is keep a guy down in the minor leagues that can help you at the big league level. Trust what the Royals have done. They've been aces since John Sherman has taken over.
How fast does his jersey sell out at the team store?
I think it's already sold out.
The Omaha Storm Chasers jersey's gone.
Yeah.
If you're, champing at the bit for a jersey, then I feel like the jerseys, because I do feel like that's the jersey that you can invest in. That's a Chris Jones, a Travis Kelce, a Patrick Mahomes type of jersey.
And the best thing is you got a week to see him play before you have to go out to the K and buy one. So you can really make that decision over the next 6 days.
You'll definitely get it before your October ready hoodie.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah, he'd think. I got to see on the
Which
fan
comes
store.
first, the October Ready shirt or the CAG shirt if he gets optioned back to Omaha, which he's not. But that would be the like of you get your CAGs jersey and he's sent to Omaha.
I hope not. Then I would burn it because that'd be terrible luck. But so far with Kagleon, I have nipped that in the bud when it comes to being bad luck because seen him twice, 2 home runs. So hopefully when we get there tonight in St. Louis, we'll see another home run, but in the big league level. Crazy to think that I've gone from AA, AAA to the major leagues and following one guy. That's the importance and the factor that he could be. We'll dive into more of that, get you set up for the rest of the show, talk to you about what Cody and Gold are doing out in St. Louis, and we'll see what I need to get done tonight in Busch Stadium. Those damn Cardinals get the debut of Jack Kagleon. We finish the show up with what else? Jack Kagleon, 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fesco and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
From executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
All right, everybody listen up. We started our own label.
The Hit Stars original series BMF returns.
The music game could put us up on Connects.
Welcome to the 1995 Social War. This is how we do it.
Don't miss the explosive return of BMF.
I'm calling the shots now. I'm the face of this organization. You always gonna be in my shadow.
Season premiere Friday, June 6th, only on Stars and the Stars app.
Honey, I absolutely love how Powell Exteriors Casey is transforming our home. We can't stop now. The new deck and James Hardy siding has the neighbors asking questions. I told them contact Powell Exteriors Casey. They'll listen, assess your needs, offer solutions, and super easy financing at 0% for 18 months on everything. Siding, windows, decks, and custom covers, entry doors, roofing, and more. Check out their work on Facebook and Instagram.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft chews, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide. Allstate's new home insurance is now better than ever. We're making getting the right home insurance that's right for you super easy with our improved online quoting tool. It explains how each coverage option works for you without the headache. Yep, you can start protecting your home in a matter of minutes. So check Allstate first for home insurance that's better than ever. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Coverage subject to terms, qualifications, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Ring the bell! We've done it again. Golden Oak Lending has lowered rates to 4.875% fixed. While other lenders are talking about high interest rates, we're dropping rates. And we can get it done for you in as little as 14 days. Golden Oak Lending has just secured several $1 million that we can offer you as fixed-rate mortgages for 4.875%. Lower your monthly payment, get cash out, pay off credit cards, and best of all, make no mortgage payments for 2 months. It's fast and easy. Our debt consolidation customers save an average of $1,104 every month. And at Golden Oak, you never pay for your appraisal up front. Lock in this incredible 4.875% rate now before it's too late and say goodbye to those high-interest credit card rates. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing, cured my blues.
5.81 APR, FHA, 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit. Additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
Got some really big breaking news for you, you NBA guru.
You ready, Mac?
Let's go. Breaking
Orlando
news.
Magic have new uniforms.
There you go.
Hey, what color are we going
Looks
with?
the exact same as the old ones, except more awful.
More bad? How do they get more
bad? Oh, God. I mean, it's...
Yikes.
I like the Magic
Are
jerseys.
you looking
back
at
in
them
the
right
day.
now?
No, I'm not.
I mean, I'm not a big fan, especially of the third one that they released, but whatever. It's not me.
You said you like them, Dusty?
The old school
old ones were
with
fun.
the 90s.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Shaq and Penny.
Yeah.
I had
Awesome.
the Penny Hardaway jersey because who didn't? You either had a Penny Hardaway jersey or you had a Charlotte Hornets starter jacket pullover quarter zip.
So cool.
I feel like those
the
are like
old
the-
colors, the
Oh,
old jacket.
yeah.
Yes.
100%. And now they're like $350.
These are the same as they used to be. They're okay. I like them. They're
One
trying to
guy's
go old
wearing
school.
a belt. And the other guy, the black one that says Magic kind of slanted with the blue on top, like that's their Jordan jersey. It's like it's got Magic written at an angle.
right.
Half of it's black and pinstripe, and like a quarter of it above the thing is like blue. You know, the Magic blue with the Jordan logo on it. So they got two Nike jerseys, and then
Yeah.
they have an official Jordan jersey as well.
Interesting.
The home white's sick.
I do like the home white.
I
I
kind
will
of like
give you
these.
that.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I'm actually kind of impressed.
I don't like the guy with the belt.
The home white's clean.
The belt.
Clean is a great word to use for that home white one. Yeah,
I
it
don't
looks
like that
really
they
good.
used Orlando in the blue. If they'd have put Magic like they did on the white one
Yeah.
in reverse color scheme, like the star is blue and the Magic is
That'd be
is
cool.
white.
Yeah,
There's
I would
your
like
miss.
that.
Where's the miss? Say that again.
If instead of Orlando it said Magic, but
In the blue
reverse,
jersey?
yeah, but it said it in reverse of the white jersey where the star is blue instead of white and the letters are white instead of blue, like reverse.
Let me ask you this: total NBA nerd conversation. Is there a rule that says the away jersey has to have the city on it?
I don't know.
Because I mean, think about all the like baseball and basketball are really the only ones.
Because game one will be in Oklahoma City.
And so they would have Thunder, and then the other one would say Minneapolis or whoever the hell they're playing.
Indiana.
Yeah, like I'm just asking the question. I don't know. Like I feel like baseball. Look at baseball jerseys, right? When they're on the road, they always say the city on them. And so maybe if you're in the NBA and it's your road jersey, it has to have the name of the city on it. I don't know if that's a rule or not.
Yeah, I'm just seeing. Yeah, I'm seeing they're not strict on it. Home team gets to choose, and the other team has to choose another color.
Well, that kind of threw me for a loop. I'll be honest with you. Seeing the home team wearing their dark jerseys in the playoffs a couple of times, I'm like, wait a second here. Usually the NBA, you wear the white jerseys at home.
Oh, there's other breaking news in the NBA. The Suns have officially lowered their asking price for Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
That's what it
'cause
says.
no one's gonna.
Oh,
Yeah.
So nobody was interested. So now you're going to make it available, or him available, I should say. It's like a house. It's been reduced $15,000. Nobody was interested.
Who's on a new team first, Durant or Rodgers?
Durant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like July 1st is their deadline. We're inside a month of the start of free agency in the NBA in their offseason, right?
What's Rodgers like? He likes eating trees or whatever. What's Durant like? Basketball. The only thing Durant likes is basketball.
It really is, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
it. He doesn't have any girlfriends, no wives, no kids, no friends. He plays
married
basketball.
to the game, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's
That's all true, huh?
Yeah, he's a hooper.
That's kind of sad, though. At the end of the day, like you got a couple years left of basketball, and then what?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Thank you.
Maybe he's taking the George Brett route. Single your
Yeah,
whole
it's
career,
whole career,
last 2
yeah.
years, found your lady.
Maybe he does.
But like with Jeter and those guys who they were always linked to somebody.
Well, the
right?
way he was looking at that WNBA star the other night, he might have found his wife.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to remember who that
Bloom.
was. Yes. Kelsey Plume.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
She walked in with like a leather skirt and a leather blazer, and he went from toe to hip.
Did he really? I didn't see.
Oh, yeah. It was like finding
He
somebody
did,
that looks at her the way Kevin Durant is.
Yeah, all right.
I saw something that he should go to the Timberwolves next year. Him and Anthony Edwards. That'd be fun. I would be a big fan of that.
How old? Is he 35?
He's
now?
like 35. Yeah.
Stud.
Stud.
35 years old already, man. I remember him the half at Allen Fieldhouse. Feels like yesterday. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Dislocated his shoulder with like 24 at halftime. Kansas barely won the game.
I mean, he would have had 50 at least.
Yeah.
I mean, in that game. He
was unconscious.
I've never seen a first half like that before. Even Josh, who's impressed by nothing, he's like, oh, my God, what the hell's going on here, right? And then halftime happened, and we never saw him again, and that was it. And Kansas went on and won the game, thank goodness. But yeah, that's sad that he doesn't have anybody in his life.
I saw this last night. He hasn't averaged under 25 points per game since 07-08, his rookie year, and he hasn't shot under 50% since 2010-2011. He's an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh,
that's nuts.
So you guys are going to Maloney's deck tonight to watch it?
Not the deck.
Oh, table four.
Table four, yeah. For
Should
Alex
be
Gordon.
Should be 14.
They don't have a table 14.
Well, you just put a 1 in and make it your 14 tonight. So you guys will be...
You think that'll screw up the servers? All of a sudden, if 4 became 14,
100%.
Dusty, you've been in a restaurant.
It's more so the kitchen. Like, what's table 14?
And then it's a conversation, and then it's a big thing, and Maloney's on the phone, and...
But yeah, so...
Is Rob going to be there tonight? No, dang.
He's too busy.
He's in the back of my car all ready to go to St. Louis. Don't tell my wife, dude. Just keep it quiet.
He's out there. I'm going to tell her I'm at the trap with Bev.
Told her I told her it's going to be a long night tonight. She totally believes me. I said I'd be home around midnight. That's what time we'll be back, right? I think. But no, we'll be wrapping this show up, and then I'll hit the road
If
east.
I told you Maloney was waiting outside to get in your trunk to go to St. Louis, you would not be surprised.
No, he almost went to Omaha with Goldeneye.
I know.
He goes, shucks, you're going 2 days. I don't know if I can pull that with a lady. I said, don't worry about it, Maloney.
Was he invited?
He's always invited.
Okay.
You just show up and he
That's
can
what
go.
I'm saying, man.
If he showed up with the Cousin Eddie outfit that he had at your house and he's like, I'm ready to go to Omaha, I'd be like, let's go.
All right, let's
Come
go.
on.
Where are you going? Omaha. Why?
I got 2 beds. You want to order some Pardon My Cheesesteak at 1:30 and eat it in the hotel room? Yes.
How was the cheesesteak?
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
it?
inebriated,
Yeah.
but it was fantastic. It was one of those, I took the first bite and I was like, oh, where's this from again? Pardon My Cheesesteak. I don't know if it's like famous or not.
How did you
Omaha.
find that place?
DoorDash.
Okay.
It was like one of the 4 places still open.
It's like the Barstool place, right?
And I had an efficient driver, too. He took a picture of my receipt and sent it to me. He says, just picked up. See you in 10.
Oh, wow.
I came out of the hotel with no shoes on, nighttime clothes, and hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Where was Mr. Gold at that point in time?
Asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The smart one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over here clogging my arteries, eating in a hotel bag. Like,
Alex is all tucked. You know Alex like tucks himself
But we
in,
do
right?
it next morning. He goes, I am starving. And I was like, yeah, you didn't eat last night after we got like home. He goes, it's either we eat like a late lunch or we eat an early like breakfast, and I just get something to tie me over. And then he wished he would have gotten a grilled cheese.
This was the conversation leaving on Sunday.
Yeah, just 2 grown dudes trying to figure out how they're going to plan their meals around
Alex
the
is
day.
like, well, we could do an early lunch, a late breakfast, a snack that tied me over. Like he had a list.
Hell yeah, he did.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
What
He's
are your-
so old.
Now I'm picturing Alex tucking himself in, like you said.
He didn't have to.
Do you
The
think
sheets were
Alex
so
wears?
tight.
Do you think he wears a nightcap?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, that's
He's
he would rock a nightcap.
he's either, I think it's basketball shorts, no T-shirt, and then that or he's Winnie the Pooh in it.
You don't think he has to say he wears those old man flannel pajamas? You know,
No, I wear those in the wintertime because they're warm.
with the butt that comes down so you can go to the bathroom easily. You know, like Alex is in
He just
those.
unflaps the
Alex
butt.
has pajamas. He has silk.
But he calls them sleep pants.
I mean, what do you mean? I have a nightcap. I don't want to mess my hair up.
Yes.
I think I did see my seats, like kind of like in these seats right by between the home plate and first base line. But I think I'm going to go out and see batting practice in right field and just stand out there. Because you're not really blocking anybody. You're not ruining anybody's day if you catch it. I'm not going to like elbow anybody, but if it came at me and I try to catch it. But I hope that Norzad guy or whatever his name isn't
Isn't
there.
it the radar, the Norzad radar,
I
right?
don't know, Norwal,
What the hell is his
Norzad?
name? Now stop
We looked
talking
it
for a
up,
second.
yeah. You said it earlier. Damn
It was Hunter Norzad, isn't it?
No, that was a
That's-
guy the Chiefs drafted last year.
Yeah. Is he still a thing?
He's a hybrid lineman.
Is he?
Yeah. Who's that?
So it means he can't play.
Because you know that guy's going to be there tonight.
Hunter Norzad?
No, the tool that takes home
Oh,
runs from
Zach
kids.
Hampel. That's
there
who
he is,
yes.
Hampel.
Yeah.
You know he's going to be there.
I'd rather see Hunter Norzad.
If anybody sees him there, get you some elbow room against that guy. Stand your ground. Screw that Hampel.
Does he knock people down though? Like
He just gets in their way. Like, so I don't know. He gets in their way, has his glove. He has his little like YouTube T-shirt on, his little like GoPro on top of it. Are GoPros still a thing? Or did the iPhone kill that?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
I think it is when you're doing like skydiving and, that kind of outdoorsy stuff.
It won't break as easy as a phone.
Let me ask you this. This is the Zach Campbell guy. Maybe Aspen can come up with a spray and everybody can spray the ballpark and keep that guy out.
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't they banned him yet?
It's a loaded deal.
A Hample Dome?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
the Hample Dome to keep this guy out.
From the 816, they do have a table 14 at Maloney's. I used to work there.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Makes it even more hectic if they turn 4 to 14. Well, what is 14 now? Well, that's 4. Who's on first?
Yeah. What's on second? I don't know who's on third. Jack Kagleon will hit blank home runs in the MLB season this year. Is the lead topic right now on MLB Network. I don't know, guys. I'm excited. Lock in. Get your eyes ready, because I'm sure you guys, even though you'll be out and about, I bet you guys are still going to be at the edge of your seat being like, all right, what's he going to do here?
Well, who gathers for a Tuesday game in June for baseball? I mean, this is good for the economy.
Yeah.
When you got that prospect.
We just put it on Maloney's tab. But, I mean, it's still good for the economy. I mean, there's no question about that. Like, we're not going to be the only ones out tonight watching this game. The weather, I think, may force a lot of people to say, screw it, let's just go watch the game somewhere tonight.
Yeah, somebody said it's bittersweet. I have to have my kids' game canceled tonight, but now I get to watch Jack Kagleon with no interruptions. It's like, yeah, you kind of are in that bittersweet moment.
And when you say, I was talking to one of the guys at the J the other day about this. Oh, kids' games got canceled. There's the reschedule. Just get them done with.
I'm on my way to St. Louis. I'll keep you guys posted. We'll see what happens. But go do something nice for somebody today. You never know. It can change their day, their week, their month, their year. Coming up next, it's Cody Gold and Drew live from the Loop from 10 to 2 on 96.5 The Fan. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You're listening to Fesco and Dusty
What the hell's wrong with your station?
on Kansas City's